Fantastic. 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 Fantastic.
Yo, what up, what up, what up? Y'all know the deal, man. Like and share, like and share, like and share. So we get this thing out everywhere. There's anywhere in the world to be, but it's always right here with me, the BABGOG. And I appreciate you pull up on me. What's going on, man? Y'all know what it is. Another debate smoke night. Okay. Now, I'm gonna keep doing these, man. I'm gonna keep doing them, because I mean, nobody comes up with the smoke or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I can always flip it or something into a show in the first place, right? You know what I mean? You know me. You know what I'm saying? I can make motherfucking something out of nothing. You feel me? I can always repackage some shit. I can always, you know what I mean, turn it where I need to be. But tonight though, I have a specific topic. Okay. So it won't be random, topics and stuff unless it's just something that I really, really, I'm interested in. But tonight's smoke debate night does have, a theme or topic, right? I made the pre-record a couple days back, and I got a lot of replies in the comments that pretty much confirm my point, man. And again, some randoms, some of course, like I said, where's your family from and what's your lineage, them lame ass niggas. Again, bro, I can't trust anybody that's older than 5 years old that changed their whole life's mentality and ideology to something that's, you know what I mean, that's 5 years old. You see the FBA shit. And again, remember, ADOS was here before FBA. FBA is a knockoff, a Temu version, a great value, a Dollar Tree version of ADOS. Okay. It is fucking owned and either copyrighted or trademarked. I don't know, one of the two. Don't quote me on which what. It is owned by Tariq Nasheed for a reason. He tried to get on the ADOS shit, and they saw that shit coming. They swatted it down. So he said, "Hey, fuck it. I'm gonna just, I'm gonna steal all the fucking foundation, call it, slap a new motherfucking thing on it, and do a whole bunch of trolling and jokes as I always do, and niggas gonna follow behind me." Scream racism and white supremacy, and niggas gonna throw money at you. Niggas gonna jump behind you. Yeah, the white man, yeah. Feel me? So it's just crazy, man. Just crazy how easy it is to get niggas to hop on the motherfucking victimhood train, right? And it's crazy to me too, man. I don't know this, right? I just I haven't heard it, but it's crazy to me that we use the white folks, not nigga, but all the rest of them, coon and what's another one? Niggas call each other monkeys, and niggas use all of this rhetoric that the white man uses outside of nigga. We took nigga back, right? So you can't really use that one, but we took nigga back and allowed everybody else to use it. Right? Somebody made the thing and they always bring up, Jewish people and Japanese people. The crazy thing is people don't even understand is that's the model we should be following. The Jews and the Chinese, even though I mean the Asians or whichever it be, but the Japanese don't ever what Japanese person is bringing up fucking Nagasaki and Hiroshima at this point. I don't know the last time I heard they bombed us. Niggas don't even, again, equivalencies be whooping niggas ass. Now, the people from Israel, they don't fuck around. You can't even say, get money like, a Jewish person. Remember, LeBron had the motherfucking apologize for that like 2 years ago, right? Immediately. Right? Immediately. Right? So, if anything, we should be following the footsteps of what Jewish people did and locking this shit down as to where, but no, niggas are too busy playing victim versus converting shit to power. If there's any proof that oppression can be turned to power, but at the same time, the Jews have control of an industry, right? Which black people have control of a lot of industries, but for whatever reason, we refuse to build our own. Shout out to Ice Cube. Ice Cube built the big three. Ice Cube kind of pulled the thing back from the curtains like, hey, man, NBA shitting on me. They not letting me do certain things in certain arenas and whatever. The NBA is fucking blocking me. Okay. As a black man that wants to start his own black brand. Okay. Taking the motherfucking players that the NBA don't give a fuck about and doesn't take care of after their fucking careers are over, especially if you're not a elite premier player. Bro, if you're not an all-star franchise level player, bro, you're not even heard of usually after your career is over. That's it. You feel me? There are very few Michael Jordans, Kobe Bryant's, LeBron James's, Steph Curry's, Larry Bird's, Magic Johnson's, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's. You got jewels and gems in there like Dominique Wilkins. Nobody, if you're not my age, people don't know who the fuck Dominique Wilkins is. If you don't live in the Atlanta area, you definitely don't know. Even if you live in the Atlanta area and you're a certain age, you don't know who Dominique Wilkins is. You don't know his history with the Atlanta Hawks franchise. You feel me? So once you start understanding that, bro, that the problem lies within the in the complaint, to where you're trying to use how people did turn their oppression into power. I mean, exactly. Shout out to Prime. Stephon Marbury is a fucking is a god in China. The greatest Chinese basketball player of all time is a black man. Why? NBA tried to lock him out. Well, not tried, they did. NBA locked him out, bro. People forget, bro. Stephon Marbury was a top 5 point guard, bro. His entire time in the league. Well, I don't say entire time. I'll say from his 3rd season on. After he left Minnesota, bro, franchise player, Nets, Suns. He went to New York and shit got sour. Yeah, big ass statue. So once you understand this shit, man, I mean, it's really not too many arguments to be made. But we're told that, slavery and you got to this and you got to that and a white man and the foot on your neck and glass ceilings and all this shit. But then you have to explain to me how all these other people come here and be successful. How? English ain't even a first language. These people learn English. Totally different cultures. Why? Because they take care of each other. Meantime, between time, niggas done got passed up by fucking the Mexicans. While we was laughing at them about, being motherfucking 15 people to a 2-bedroom apartment. They was motherfucking putting in the pain and suffering. So the generations to follow didn't have to worry about none of that shit. We couldn't see it though. We was just too busy making jokes. Meantime, between time, as soon as you turn 18, you got to get out my house. You got to get out my house. The Asian family, bro, hey, it be motherfuckers that's in school to become doctors. Guess where they stay at? Mom's and dad's house. But culture, man. There's something seriously wrong with the culture, and the thing is that we truly had it. It's not like it never existed. Black culture didn't used to be synonymous with criminality, nigga shit. That one what it used to be. Yeah, truth is tequila, exactly. We was joking them, man, not understanding. Right? We didn't see the formula right in front of our eyes. Because where they started moving to, the hood, right next to us. They living in apartments next to us. I remember, hey, man, Pedro, Juan, Jorge, all the jokes. To this day, I still, hey, Maria. Yeah, man, listen, I said this the other day, bro. Got to get out if you trying to buy Hellcats and not saving your money. Well, I mean, a lot of people don't even have the option to, right? Caribbean roots, no nursing home. Old folks get the back room in the house. Hey, FBA niggas ain't got ain't no back home like they do. We only know the white man language too. Well, I don't agree with this, brother. What do you mean the white man language? So which is it? This is what, and I don't know if I don't know. Let me know how you coming at this. So I'm not coming at you. I'm just commenting on your comment, right? So the problem with this, Anthony, is this. So is FBA African or not? Do we have African heritage or don't we? Because according to motherfucking FBA, ain't no African in me. I ain't got nothing to do with Africa. FBA niggas done stole Dane Calloway shit. Now FBA claiming they Indians. Even though Tariq Nasheed was clowning the fuck out of fucking Dane Calloway like 5 years ago. So which is it? Well, no, I got you. I'm not saying that. But Armor Rebellion, what I'm saying is most black kids aren't even offered that option. This is a foregone conclusion. This is already no. Once you get, how many times, put a 1 in the chat if you ever heard your parents tell you, once you 18, you getting out my house. Put a 1 in the chat. 1 for yes, 2 for no. There's a high level of black children, you know what I mean, that you're being told this, that you on the clock. Asian parents not saying that. Especially if you're a boy. If you're a man, shit. Little Rock, what up? Creed, you a girl, Creed, so it's a little different for y'all. Yeah, exactly. Don't be no motherfucking grown ass man. Shout G Dizzle, what up, man? Cree, you had a loving family, Cree. You had loving parents, Cree. It's hard to come by nowadays. Brother, I don't know what the hell you saying in my chat. I'm really trying to. It's I don't know even know how you're typing and whatever the fuck you're typing in. I'm trying not to block you, but can you type something in English so I can see what the hell you saying? So you ain't just calling us all kinds of niggas and monkeys and shit in the chat. I don't know what the fuck you're saying. It's kind of making me not uncomfortable, but giving me calls to pause. Yeah, what the fuck that shit say? But nah, man. Let's get into it. So, Hodge Twins had Andrew Tate on, and they had an interesting take on they had a very interesting take on racism and why black people like to claim racism and want the exclusive rights to racism and all different things. I was saying earlier, bro, nigga fatigue is real, not black fatigue. Black fatigue, I don't, but again, nigga fatigue is real. And the problem and issue is we do care about how other people see us, right? We care, and it's crazy to me when niggas be like, I don't care what white folks think. I don't care what Hispanics think. I don't care what Asians think. I don't care what nobody think. I'm gonna do what I want. Well, hold on. This right here shows you the poor culture that we have, because now you're saying you don't give a fuck about your image. You're saying you don't care for black people as a whole, for all of this shit to be this negative shit. You don't care, and then you wonder why you get treated the way you get treated, even when it's fucking unwarranted. Now, I'm not making Western, but again, if a white person lives in a neighborhood to where niggas is cussing them out and being aggressive and all this shit any and every other day, they supposed to see the good in the black person when they come around black people, or are they a product of the environment? That's another thing too. I don't understand. Why is it that we the only people that get to be products of our environment? Billy Ray from the motherfucking for the trailer park, he don't get that. Sun Young from motherfucking Chinatown, he don't get that excuse. One don't get that motherfucking excuse. No, just the niggas, right? And it's always on some victim shit. It's never on no, power, control, ownership. They won't let me. They discriminating. They this, they that. It's like, bro, come on, dog. When are we gonna motherfucking say, hey, I don't want to be represented by nigga shit. I care because I understand. All right. Perception is fucking reality. You hear this all the way throughout life. And when it's too many niggas that's constantly being shown, and like the worst of the worst and the worst and the worst of shit. Okay. Well, let's get to it, man. We'll do these quick little clips, and then we'll get to the Tate thing, right? If you want to join the panel, man, let me know. If I need to drop the link early, but we'll go through this and then we'll get to it. Still smoke night, y'all. Smoke night. All the smoke. Don't these look familiar? These are toddlers. These ain't even little boys. These are toddler little girls dancing to some music they shouldn't be listening to and throwing up the middle finger. You think they reading yet? You think they reading? Who are they copying? Not only are they allowed to be acting like this, they're being recorded. They're being applauded. I ain't nothing wrong with that. Shout out to Modern Renaissance Man, MRM. Okay, brother's an actual doctor. Okay, he was telling a story about how he had a cousin or something, and the cousin was growing up around a whole bunch of nigga shit, and the cousin would motherfucking they would allow and encourage and laugh and giggle when he would curse, but he didn't properly know how to say the word, but you could tell that's what he was saying. So what he did was he went to daycare and he started doing the same thing, and now he's kicked out of daycare. Then he's getting punished once he get home and getting his ass whooped because now he can't understand and his mind can't motherfucking put together. Well, y'all like when I do this. Y'all laugh, y'all giggle. It's funny, right? So why can't I do this in the real world? And that's the fucking problem. Home training is gone, bro. Home training in the black household, gone. My son just had a fucking flag football game today, bro. And again, this is why I say, man, a lot of these kids, it's not their fault. It's the family fault. But the end result is these are still future niggas. I'm sorry. We went to the flag football game. None of the parents from the other team was there. Maybe one. This isn't an exaggeration. I'm being dead ass serious. And this is the first team that we've even had this situation where none of the parents from the opposing team were there. And then you look at where the school is, and it all makes sense. None of those kids, I promise you, is hearing anything other than I can't wait for you to 18 to get out my house. Another big reason too why. What's another big reason why you got to get up out of there if you're 18? You have to in a lot of cases. Why, y'all? What's one of the big reasons that you got to get out of the fucking and again, I know it's not a large percentage, but I think last time we did it was like 30%. That's one. Shout out to Ali the Great. That's kind of two. There we go. There we go. You ain't finna fuck up my benefits. You ain't finna fuck up my Section 8. You ain't finna fuck up my. Out of these three kids, if they got different moms, I can't really tell, right? You think what is this right here, y'all? What's that? Well, we know what this is. How was this purchased? Hug, jug, huckabuck, quarter water, whatever you call it. More likely than not, what was used to purchase this beverage? Say it with me now. Put it in the chat. Chat participation, chat participation, chat participation. What was the means of purpose for this beverage that this young toddler has in her hand? There it is. There it is. We all know what it is when you see that. Shout out to Ian. When I coached the soccer team, I had to drive around and pick up the whole team for the games and practices. Again, man, but hey, mentor these kids. Shout out to Ian. Ian did his part. Nah, Little Rock. Nah, there ain't no cash card right now, baby. That's government money, but it ain't no Navy cash card. I can tell you that. Hey, y'all.
Get my kids turned up.
No.
What chances do these children have? My kids turned up. Is this not fucking nigga fatigue? I'm sick of this, man. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of seeing the most innocent of us. And again, I'm not blaming the children. I'm not blaming the children. Let me be clear on that. I'm not blaming the children. But again, this is if you're portraying the most innocent, the most young, the most impressionable of us as this, what? See, there they go. Future baby mama, future EBT, future this, future. Well, you can't say that. That's racist. No, motherfucker. I'm looking at their mama. How many times we asked the question, right? If this is what's being instilled in them as norm, right? If this is being instilled in them in their fucking most formative years, just because you poor don't mean you got to live like it. Poor is a motherfucking mentality. That's the problem. If you don't got money, that don't have to make you be some piece of shit nigga. Plenty of black people were poor fucking 60 years ago. Yet. Oh, man, it's the hood, man. You know, got to get it out the mud, the trenches, the this, the that. You know what I mean? No, nigga, I don't know what you mean. Is every poor person a piece of shit got to be a piece of shit, nigga? That's what you're saying? That, you know, that's the logic of what you're saying. Oh, because I'm poor, man. I gotta be like this. No, nigga. No. And even if you like that, you should give a fuck enough about your kids. Want to give your kids enough chance to where they're not going to turn out like you.
JJ either drunk some shit or what? Because she tuned into the music.
Now she yelling at the kids to get. Listen, hold on. My kids turning up. You celebrating them. Sit your ass down. You see the conflict being created there? You got your kids hanging out the window, throwing the bird up, dancing the fucking sexy red, singing some of the lyrics. I didn't hear him say no curse words. I'm not saying that, but you know clearly it's not it's an unedited version. You shaking your ass outside the car. You telling some strange person, some stranger to record them. You know they recording and they performing for a stranger's camera. You saying how they turned up. And now you ready to go. Sit your ass down. Now that you ready to go, now that you tired, you hitting your kids with the motherfucking angry man.
Man, sit your ass down.
Get my kids turned up.
No.
JJ.
All right, sit your asses down. Performance over. More with the kids, man. I'll say that one for last. But no, let's go to an adult on this one. You know, white people do this shit too, and white people. Well, again, I'm not seeing the white people doing this shit. I'm not seeing the white people that's got their kids hanging out the window. You know what I'm saying? With I don't even know what the equivalent is. And even if it was, I don't give a fuck about them. I'm not worried about them. I'm worried about us. I'm worried about the future of you know what I'm saying, kids that my kids and grandkids gonna have to deal with. That's what I'm worried about.
Okay. The fucking phone is get the fuck out of here. What you about to do? 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 What you about to do?
And look at this motherfucker. Don't touch her. Just don't touch her. She just touched him. She tearing up shit in a what's name over $30 nails allegedly. $30. It's a woman.
Give me my $30. Nah, give me my, don't touch me. Don't touch me. I don't know you. Give me my money.
Listen, no respect for the black man. The black man like, hey, shawty, this is not the way to go about it. You know what I'm saying? You either gonna end up locked the fuck up or something worse. I don't know you. Get out my way. Don't touch me. Let me fucking crash out. Let me be a belligerent bitch. Always negative, G Dizzle. Never the positive. Never the positive. Well, you know, man, hey, man, I didn't know niggas was still out here doing crack, man. Niggas told me niggas still out here smoking. White people doing motherfucking prescription pills. Damn, man, it's a whole bunch of these hoes out here in this motherfucking section. White people in the trailer park. Brother, what is this tit for tat with the white folks? And why is it always the negative shit? Same thing with Asians and you know, and this never the positive. Niggas don't never want to acknowledge or copy the positive shit, only the negative.
Money back. Fuck you and voodoo makeup. Give me my money back. Look at my nail.
So, is pushing a door with all your might going to help your nail, or is it probably gonna actually pop that motherfucker off? I don't know. I'm not no nail expert. I'm genuinely asking the question.
You calling the cops, right? Call them so I can get my money back. Look at this shit. This shit not even dry.
You're not finna get your money back, ma'am. I promise you that. First and foremost, this is a civil issue. That's the first thing they're going to tell you. But him having recorded, that's why he got his phone out recording you, and somebody else has recorded and put this on the internet now, so the DA can use it as evidence against you, you dumb motherfucker. Right? Probably not the DA, but his own personal lawyers that he's gonna fucking hire to sue you for damages for whatever you tore up over $30.
So call the cops. Don't tell me you're right. See the little minion? Shut the fuck up and watch. That's all you basic motherfuckers do. Fuck him and the black community. Just y'all let this shit slide.
Now fuck him and the black community. And the black community, I guess, supposed to. She went to the Asian man to get her nails did. And because black people are trying to get her from crashing out to get locked the fuck up, it's fucked the whole black community now. Do y'all understand? Not Keisha fatigue. Nigga fatigue, man. I told you. Nigga and niggette fatigue. The male and female version of the nigga. We are all tired of them. Tired, bro. We're tired. I was tired, boss. I'm tired. Black women, do you understand this right here? This representation of black women that fucking perpetuates the angry, aggressive, violent, loud, belligerent, obnoxious. Black woman hurts you. Racism, discrimination. Pattern recognition. Hold on, what comment? Don't who deleting comments? What happened? What? Was something wild said? Let me see. I don't see nobody delete nothing, but whatever.
Black community. Just y'all let this shit slide.
When you don't crash out for the black woman, bro, it's fuck everybody. Trying to told you that shit, bro. Now, if a bunch of white men had done this, what do you guys think the reply would be? Bunch of white men did this, what would happen? What would you do? That's not racist, though, right? That's not racist to, set a white woman's hair on fire, right? No racism in that. Here we go, the motherfucking pistol playing ass nigga. And again, man, listen, everybody's recording something nowadays. Y'all understand that shit, bro? Even if you thought you got away some shit or so on and so forth, all it takes is one motherfucker to upload some shit to the internet, nigga. Booked and cooked. What he got in his hand, y'all? Chat participation. What he got in his hand, y'all? What did he just do? He just ran down somebody. Somebody's walking away from you. Let me tell you this. You know what's not going to work even in Florida, Georgia, or anywhere else they got stand your ground? When you go to your car, retrieve your gun, and then proceed to walk somebody down with it, if you shoot anyone, you're getting motherfucking aggravated assault, attempted murder, or murder charge, they die. Guaranteed. That motherfucking fire. That iron. Whatever the fuck was going on, them niggas left. They gone. No, nigga, I can't let that go. This nigga disrespecting me, nigga. Hell no. Now, hold on. Let's see what happened. You still got niggas trying to hold this nigga back. Hey, man, leave it alone. Let it go. Now, what y'all think? Hold on. What y'all think gonna happen next? If you already seen this, don't answer it. What y'all think gonna happen next? What's your predictions? Y'all motherfuckers behind, man. Y'all gotta hear y'all be behind. I don't know how y'all get behind in the live. No, not discharge. I think Zagu, commercials. I ain't even. Oh man, y'all gotta listen, man. Y'all, come on, man. You can't be no YouTuber without YouTube Premium, brother. Stop taking the cheap way out. What happened to the racist police, man? Hold on. Whoa. That arm looked white to me. You mean to tell me a nigga had a motherfucking gun out and about in his hand, the police didn't shoot him down in cold blood? Huh? He had the gun in his hand, y'all. He didn't, not saying that, hey, the fucked up situation. You know what's crazy too? I want to bring this back up. And I kind of feel bad. You niggas. Shout out to Ashton in the building, man. Appreciate you for the two, brother. Big dog, cheap is my middle name, man. Hey, man, I gotta do better, man. Come on, man. You know what I mean? Hey, man. Hey, party Mari, bro. That's another thing I said too. Niggas was wild. I'm like, damn, man, niggas will kill you on the internet, bro. But the police get around. It's crazy how many niggas, you know, they ain't shooting at the police. They'll shoot at a nigga for stepping on their shoe or some shit though. But the young brother that was in the Air Force that got killed down, I want to say in the Tampa area, man. Very, very unfortunate. He didn't get 3 funerals. There's no uproar from the black community, and that shit was far more egregious than, you know, a certain thing that happened back in 2020. But you know what he didn't have? He didn't have the nigga. He didn't have the nigga on him, bro. He's an active duty military member. Did nothing wrong or whatever. Police killed this man in motherfucking less than 5 seconds. Nobody gave a fuck though. Why? Because he wasn't no motherfucking criminal piece of shit ass nigga. Okay. Only way you can become a saint in the black neighborhood, bro, is if you was, you know, you got some level of niggerdom in your history. Heavy niggerdom. Ex-gang member, ex-drug dealer, ex-pregnant woman robber. You know. Crazy. Police ain't being too rough. They ain't motherfucking kick him in the back of the head. They ain't beating his ass or nothing. He complying. He down on his knee, putting his hand behind his back. Police is just going through regular procedure, man. All because what? You couldn't motherfucking control your emotions over some shit and you want to be a motherfucking pistol player? Shout out to 3-6 Mafia. You grab that motherfucker, bro. You better be prepared to use it and take all the consequences that come behind it. But they ain't gonna show this now. The police brutality, and he had the right to own that gun, and you know it's an open carry state. Well, not when you're brandishing. See, niggas, I love how niggas are motherfucking lawyers at their own convenience. You know what brandishing a firearm is? Open carry means, or you have an open carry state means, hey, you are allowed to have your gun visibly out in public, but it must be holstered. Concealed carry is, hey, you can hide it under your shirt or within your clothing where it can't be seen, but you can carry it legally that way. Once you remove a gun from a holster, it is no longer in a carry situation. You're brandishing. Man, I need you to send me something for me, man. I need you to send me something. If you hoes want to go there, we can get gangsta. We can get gangsta. We can get gangsta. Oh, Beans in the chat. I don't know. Is he in here? I don't know. Listen, man. Cam, they don't care about no job, man. Hey, man, niggas get out the mud, man. I don't work for no white man. More nigga fatigue, man. More propaganda and more shit. Not even propaganda. More evidence to put out there of niggas just being, you know, white people do it too. I don't give a fuck about white people. I'm not worried about them. What white folks do don't affect me as a black man, as a black person. Stop coming to me and complaining to me about what the white people doing, the bad shit, okay? To excuse the nigga shit that niggas is doing. Stop. You're too mature for that. Accountability, responsibility. You niggas always talking about accountability, responsibility. So you compare or justify your wrongdoing with another race of people, you're lacking accountability and responsibility. Hey, man, we need to do better, man. If black people just learn to say that, hey, man, we got to do better. We got to do better. Just that simple. That's not cool. We're better than that. It would turn around the whole entire motherfucking, it would turn us around. But no, the white man, racism, slavery. They hung us from trees. They whooped us. They fed us to alligators. Buck breaking. That would be crazy. I don't even know how niggas finesse buck breaking into any. Like, once niggas say that, you got it, bro. I'm out. If a nigga bring up motherfucking buck breaking, bro, hey, just walk away.
Are you gay?
How you gonna ask me a question like that?
How do you marry a woman and then turn around and let a man bend you over?
Ain't nobody bending me over.
Oh, so you doing the bending?
Hey, man, I'm about to hold up. So I'm finna murder man dance you niggas, but I'm also finna hit you with some new shit that I'm finna do. Because I'm not doing this with you niggas. I am not about to beg niggas to do some free shit, bro. Okay? Not. I'm done. I'm done begging niggas to do free shit. So you know what you can do? Just real quick. When y'all get my likes up, all right, y'all will be able to get your types back up. Okay? Y'all get my likes up. Right? And then we'll be able to get your motherfucking types up, bro. Cut this goddamn motherfucker off. Hold on real quick. But yeah, I ain't gonna punish everybody, man. Let's just do it. Members only. Members only mode. You want to comment in the chat? You know where the motherfucking like button at. Lie you steal you kill. Hit the like button if you motherfucking will.
Take off, record. Real more shit, man. That's why more bodies, man. Done more bodies right now, man. That real more shit, man. G up in the building, man.
Hit the like button, people. I know you want to type in the chat. I know y'all got a lot of shit you want to say. You want to work out them fingers. Hit the goddamn like button. I need at least 15 more likes. We'll turn the motherfucking chat back on for everybody. Let me know when I hit where we at? Let me know when I hit what's that? 110. Let me know when I hit 110, people. So I can turn the chat back on. Need 9 more likes, goddamn. But anyway, I'm gonna keep it going, man. So this right here is another interesting thing that happened. And again, it shows the motherfucking just the unwillingness, man, to hear anything opposing your own views. You can't learn anything that way. Okay? Can't learn nothing that way, bro. Shit don't get better just, only listening to a fucking echo chamber.
Our opportunity. Can I ask you, do you think that there's any law that allows me to do something that you can't do, for example?
I don't think there's any laws that say that you can do something that I can't. But then again, this system can't be ignored. Like, we can't just say it does not exist because there are countless examples of it existing.
Maybe just one example of what you're talking about. So what's wrong with the system that allows, I guess, racism to be systemic or institutionalized? I mean, I would argue the opposite. Like, again, we have civil rights acts on top of civil rights acts, in addition to the 14th Amendment's equal protection clause. 14th Amendment being written for the sole purpose of expanding and equalizing the rights of white people and black people. And furthermore, the 14th Amendment equal protection clause echoes exactly what like the Civil Rights Act says, right? You cannot be discriminated based on your inalienable characteristics like your race, your sex, your sexuality, etc.
But even though we have these laws, that doesn't stop it from happening. We still know that.
You're right, racism does happen still, even though there are laws.
Yeah, racism is never going to stop. Black people, when are we going to understand this? Right? Again, when the Democratic Party say we're going to end racism, bro, that is something that they cannot do. That's something they don't control. Racism is a fucking ideology. I am better than you because I am a different race than you. Your race is less than mine. That's what fucking racism is. Okay? It's not just a system and it's not just whatever. It's this and, right? The first fucking initial thing of racism is race. Before the system can even exist, you have to make a differentiation between race. And the thing is, it's not only black people and white people. Indians are racist as hell against niggas. While they pretend to be niggas to get the opportunities that niggas not taking advantage of. A dude wrote a book about it. One more like, man. Y'all, hey, y'all slowing it down. Shit, I'm good. Remember the Indian dude? Anybody know the name of the Indian dude that he tried to get in he was either Harvard or Princeton, some Ivy League school, right? And because the quota or whatever it was, so on and so forth, he didn't make a high enough quota for being an Indian. He shaved his motherfucking hair down, reapplied as a black man, and then he got into the school and wrote a book about it. Yeah, 111 Candid. I trust Candid. Candid ain't gonna lie to me, so I guess we go let our people go. Let you niggas back in here. Still gotta be a subscriber though. All right, y'all niggas on probation. I think so, Cree.
Laws that ban it, and I think that those laws are oftentimes used to enforce a culture of anti-racism in the United States. We actually cancel people for being racist all the time, but we have in the system, as far as the system goes, you can't stop people from being racist on an individual level. Unfortunately, it happens in every country, on every continent, all around the world, and it has since the beginning of time. But what you can do is make it illegal to institutionalize it by saying, you can't allow you have to allow everybody to eat at your restaurant. You can't not admit people based on their color. You can't prioritize people based on their color, etc.
Shout out to the Rhodes Scholar for the 10. Greatly appreciate you, brother. Black people's addiction to racism is a form of identity anchoring. The constant recycling of this trauma turns into a coping mechanism, thus reinforcing the addiction. Rhodes Scholar, again, man, you're 1000% correct. Our black people cannot remove ourselves from the identity of slaves and slavery, right? Black people see our origin and start in all existence is you can't fucking take away slavery. Again, slavery was a horrible thing. Okay, slavery was a very, very important part. But again, once we keep always coming back to that, and and again, it's nothing of the positive. You're not looking at slavery, but hey, look where we overcame. Look where we survived. Look at the bloodlines and things that were created out of it, right? All the negative shit, bro. The white man, slave master, house nigga, field nigga, color purple, roots. Like, bro, come on, man.
And I would say getting rid of DEI works towards that objective.
So y'all had to say make America great again. How do y'all feel that America is not great? And how do y'all feel that America can be great again? And when was it great?
Yeah, I would say that the most recent example of America being great was the first term of Donald Trump. And then we had 4 years of Joe Biden in chaos. And then Trump is president again. So this is his campaign ad for his lead up to his second term.
Now they're skipping through the situation. They set this up, got permission, set a table up to do the same thing. You know, the change my mind, the on campus debates, so on and so forth. The brother just came up, had a civil discourse and disagreement, and so on and so forth. Went on about his way, and you seeing the crowd starting to increase. Right? Let's see what happens. Links in the chat.
Come on, really?
So they stole his sign. I can't see the damn. So he got two signs up here or something, right? I don't know what this is, but so the brother stood up here the whole time, had what he say. Let's see what happens. Now, listen, and what the niggas gonna do? Not giving a fuck, not caring, and it's funny and it's whatever. Mind you, just off the heels of this, and you know, it's all right though, right? Knocked the signs down. She knocked him down.
Come on.
She picked it up and ran.
Come on, really? Seriously? Okay.
Now look at the I see you in the back, vegetarian terrarium. Hold on, bro. I got you, brother. Right now, he didn't stop the black girl from taking his stuff. Police are around. Listen, the police were there. You dumbass niggas are doing this in front of the fucking cops. Do you understand that he could press charges and just off the strength of you taking this shit? Okay, get a fucking theft charge. Of course not. Niggas don't care about that. And had he hit him, what they would have said, Terry? Yeah, man, he stood up for that black queen, man. Even though the black queen stole from the white man that's just, you know, authorized to be there and having a civil discourse with black people, but they're antagonizing. Well, if y'all feel that way, you got the right to go to the motherfucking white colleges, don't you? If black people feel so strongly about racism and shit, right? Do you know you can do the same thing fucking he's doing and other white folks is doing all around it? Hey, get the motherfucker authorization. Go sit down and you can talk about racism and all the shit you want to talk about. I see our brothers coming up. All right? Talk about all the shit you want to talk about. I'm gonna get through this and I'm gonna bring y'all up.
Guys, we're literally just here to have civil discussions.
Fuck the police. They don't care about the police being here.
Bring the sign back.
Black cop there trying to fucking de-escalate things. The other dude might have been black. I don't know if he's Hispanic or so on and so forth. But look at him, man. Everybody got their phones out, right? This clown right here, this fucking, you know, this simp in motherfucking night attire in the daytime outside. So what are they doing, y'all? What's the plan of them doing this right here? Anybody know? Anybody know what this is? What the purpose of this is? Well, Cree, if they weren't authorized to be there, the cops wouldn't have been there, and what's name, and the cops would have escorted them off. If they were violating any type of policy or so on and so forth, the cops wouldn't have been waiting outside. I don't think, Cree. The cops are not going to be there in support of unlawful, thing on campus. So the cops were already there. So I'm pretty sure they were, How are they harassing a HBCU? Do white people not go to HBCUs? So now are you promoting racism? Are you promoting racism here on Big Truck? How do you know white people calling the bomb threats? Was it confirmed that a white person did the bomb threats? Thank you. They don't care. He knows. Niggas don't care. So what niggas is doing is, yeah, who is they though? Who is they? Liberal left extremists are they. Make sure you add they. Yeah, they is in liberal left extremists. Probably, of the rainbow affiliate, you know what I'm saying? But we don't know yet. Well, let me answer this question, not to the question. So what they're doing is they're not allowing the black people that may want to actually come up and have the conversation and have the back and forth, right? And have the discussion. They're crowding and they're blocking now the microphone to where now, even if you wanted to participate, you won't. One, because they're physically there and they will fight you or they will get aggressive with you. But secondly, now it's the motherfucking hive mind, the group mentality, the mob mentality. Nigga, you better not step up to this microphone and talk to these white boys. You better not, nigga. You coon ass nigga. Steven, step and fetch it, Uncle Tom. How dare you want to have a conversation with the white man? Mind you, it's a possibility that the black dude could, whoever the black person was that stepped up, could whoop their ass in a debate, depending on the topic. But no, we don't even want to hear that. We don't want to hear that shit. You mean the same Black Lives Matter that collected hundreds of millions of dollars and gave damn near none of it, maybe 1% back to the black community, who lined their own pockets and gave it to LGBT affiliated organizations? That Black Lives Matter? The Black Lives Matter that said they want to destroy the nuclear family and take down the patriarchy and had no place for the straight black man in their in their charter whatsoever. Black women and children only. That Black Lives Matter. And look who the majority it is, right? It's about the right ratio, man. Look, way more women in college than men. Listen, they talking to the white man every motherfucking semester for FAFSA. I promise you that, G Dizzle. They not turning down that white man's motherfucking FAFSA. They're not turning down that white man's motherfucking student loans. They're not turning down none of that white man money. Yep, that too. Shout out to Jesse Lee. On September 15, 2025, the Trump administration redirected nearly $500 million in federal funds to HBCUs, boosting the total 2025 investment to over $1.34 billion. Wow. I asked the question earlier, what has Trump done that negatively affected black people? Nobody can answer it. Oh, I got two brothers in the back. Maybe they can answer it. Let me hurry up and get finished this. Sorry.
We're gonna do like a little end live pregame, postgame situation here. We have 500 people watching.
We got 500 right here watching.
Look. This is insane. What the heck? Oh my gosh.
Well, I think the Fearless tour definitely made an impact.
Yeah. Oh, whoa.
Somebody just throw something in our car?
They just tried to hit the car.
Now the white you got what you wanted, right? The white boy's leaving. It's not enough. Y'all not gonna let him leave? Y'all didn't want him there. So hey, they packed their shit up and left. Nah, that ain't enough, white boy. Literally gonna walk your ass off campus following your car.
Oh my gosh.
I think Forrest is still out there trying to make sure.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, officers.
Wow. Hey!
Yeah, they threw a drink up now.
Oh my gosh, they threw a drink up top. Yeah, we got this all. I'm posting this directly after so everyone can see exactly.
Holy shit.
And listen, let's say Big Truck was right. Let's just say that they were there to antagonize and rile up the Negroes at a HBCU. What did all these stupid ass, dumb ass niggas just do? Prove them right. Proved them right and made the educated. Now, this is supposed to be the best and brightest of us, the future, the educated, mostly black women look like savage ass niggas. Congratulations. You played yourself. Niggas don't care though. Long as you getting back at the white man, you get the white man. Racism.
Oh my gosh. All right, guys, we are out of here. We'll see you later. Fearless Tour gang.
Are they gonna block me and you now? I think that might be what they're trying to do. They're intentionally blocking us.
They're blocking us. I'm not gonna head now, I guess. We got more stuff. They're getting the car.
I thought they wanted us to leave.
They're getting the car. We're trying to leave, and they're telling us to leave, and they don't want us to leave, I guess. Hey, they are still hitting the car.
Again, man, look at this. Bro, Eric Magruder was right, man. Bro, where is Eric Magruder? Somebody put up the motherfucking Eric Magruder signal, man. Is this what I took all those ass whoopings for? And what do I see? Niggas. Niggas.
I was to see you in person.
But they're intentionally blocking us.
And what about the parents, man? Listen, we don't, bro. Again, this is why I say, man, we got to bring black fathers back into this thing, bro. Do you know what I would do to my son or my daughter when I saw them if they participated in any of this motherfucking embarrassing ass shit, bro? Embarrassing my motherfucking name, embarrassing my fucking image, acting like fucking just lunatics. Your ass cut off instantly. Cut the fuck off. Because what made you think that you're gonna get out here to embarrass me like that and then I'm gonna support you? Freedom of fear, freedom from fear. I don't. It don't have to be one band, one sound. It doesn't have to be everybody. I just think it needs to be a bigger contingent. More of us have to be louder, man. More of us have to actually speak the fuck up, bro. We outnumber the niggas by a lot. We already said this. I think we've all adjusted to say the nigga population, it doesn't exceed 40%. If we really got down to it, I would say it's somewhere realistically between 25 and 30% of just niggas. Don't give a fuck. Ain't shit. Never gonna be shit. Ain't worried about shit. Ain't trying to motherfucking be shit. Ain't trying to make shit. Right? Ain't doing nothing but starting shit. I think that caps out for realistically at a 30% number. Even if I'm gracious and I just add on, it's 40. The majority of the black people are black people. Okay? It's just that it's not enough black people drowning out the niggas.
They want us to leave, but they don't want us to leave. It's like the biggest conundrum of all time. They're still hitting the car. This is wild. It's like zombie apocalypse or something, man. Like they're
And the commentary is like, look, yep, see, we knew it. Look at them. There they go. Yet again, if the cops weren't there, oh my God, they'd probably take them out of the car and beat them. Now, all you racist people out there, show me the equivalent of the inverse. Show me the equivalent of the black people, right? That went to a place or wherever, so on and so forth, right? Ran off by the white folks, and then the white folks won't let them leave. Show me. The Alabama brawl. The Alabama brawl. No. That's not the same. That's not this.
Whoa! That was loud.
She's gonna do this the whole way out of here. Oh, here we go. No noise.
They do not debate with their ideas, guys. They just. Oh, whoa. Yeah, we're gone now. We are gone now. Oh.
Mission accomplished. I guess the white man made the niggas look like niggas. What's up, man?
Fantastic. They both are niggas.
The white boys
are niggas.
Okay.
They didn't have no objective of being there but shooting content. And the black people, they feminists and Marxists, and we have to read this book. If you ever get this book, it's called Cracker Culture. And there's another book, it's called Black Rednecks and White Liberals. And it tells you basically how, from being in slavery, how black people adopted a lot of the slave master behavior, and people from the British and people from, the Celtic people, how we adopted it. Huh?
Who's the author?
Hold on, let me grab Thomas Sowell is one.
Oh, that's what I thought. Damn, Thomas. Yeah, the black redneck. I'm pretty sure that was Thomas Sowell, but niggas hate Thomas Sowell.
Yeah, but he was right. But he got the he wrote that book from Grady McWhiney called Cracker Culture. How white now is another book you really have to get into. It's called Black Metropolis. It's by a black sociologist in Chicago in 1945. And he just basically broke down how black people are keeping the same culture and it's affecting us in the 1940s. And so when white people overcame their old culture from the British and from, Ireland and stuff like that, and black people never did. And so
the moment the player wearing number 73 who plays for Kalamazoo Central jumps on the Lakeshore player.
See this shit?
Damn.
A dude or a black or a Hispanic guy, but look, savages, man. Crack the boy's spine. He may never play football ever again.
Damn.
Oh man, it's in the football game. No, that's not in the football game. No, it's not. It's not. That's against every rule. That's against every ethic. That's against every what's her name. But again, it's the shit that niggas do, and then
Fantastic.
We ignore it.
We got to do something fantastic.
What's that, bro? What we gotta do, brother?
It's bad, bro. The culture.
Maybe better. Do you think better is the word? I mean, I don't know where you came in, but I was literally saying that how as black people we need to start promoting, man. We gotta do better, man. We better than this.
We have to bring back shame.
No, shame not gonna work, man. Niggas don't know what that is. If there's no shame in the home, shame in the public would never matter. Everything starts in the home. The youth.
You funny.
Who's most of the youth you see running out here, man?
Women, bro.
Hey, and like you said, free game. This girls, bro. All I'm seeing right now is girls.
In a masculine, bro. Like on the offense.
Move. Get out the street. Move. Yo, you saw how she clapping her hands like she don't know what she doing? Like she didn't really have nothing to do and nobody to fight yet.
And look, with blonde hair in her head.
Like honestly, I didn't kind of got past that. Like
no, I'm not.
Kinda. I mean, Facebook done showed us enough black people. I don't know if that's Photoshop or not, but I mean, the claim that it can exist within our race.
No. That's Cape Verdeans, bro. It's like a very, very rare race of people that's Cape Verdeans. You know, Cape Verdeans is like mixed.
So that's a barely ever scenario.
Yeah, that's a less than 1% of Negroid people, bro. Stop.
But that we hate white people.
Go that way. Go that way.
Oh, no.
Yo, what are you talking about? Yo. You niggas screaming yo for? He told him, he gave him a fucking order. And again, this is what I say. You don't have fathers in the home. Niggas don't know how to respect fucking authority. And don't understand how to motherfucking just lay it down. It's not a battle you're going to win. Okay? More simple.
You can't push a fucking
female. That's a female.
Push a female.
Fuck, bro.
Told you that. Especially when the females acting like they got fucking dick and balls.
We're
the main issue is so
bad.
Go ahead. Are all of them like 18?
Huh?
Are all of them like 18 to 21?
Nah, these are like they say teenagers. I think they're like kids. A lot of them are kids.
Oh, hold on. You're not supposed to talk about black women as if they're older than how they look. That's what they say.
And let me finish
this.
Hey,
did you check your phone? I sent you something on the phone.
Oh no, my bad.
You didn't see the message I sent?
No. Well, on IG.
Yeah, that shit happened like 10 blocks away. But check it. No, I sent it on your text message.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Oh, word. Oh.
Yeah, so basically those are Guyanese kids, and that happened like 10 blocks away.
Oh, Truck, I commented on it. I know you're talking about the bus, right? The bus thing in the machete.
Yeah.
I'll pull it up. I know where it is. I got you. Appreciate you. I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
So they were exotic
that,
niggas.
That happened on Tuesday. Those were Guyanese kids simultaneously across the like in another part of Queens. There was this black kid that got shot. Like he was like 13, got shot in the head and died. Right in front of a Dunkin' Donuts. You might have heard of that. You probably didn't.
I
but
didn't
it was by another kid. They he was out there fighting and doing his shit like everybody wants to be Crips and Bloods until something happened. So he got wasted at about the same time that happened.
And this one right here, man, listen. This one right here. The old man, he done pushed him down the stairs. This is the elderly old white man. It's just what you call the person at the like a usher or some shit at the Young Boy concert. What made the shit so fucked up? Still a little funny, right? Because he survived. So I'm not saying niggas ain't gonna laugh, right? But Mark Phillips from RDC World had just did a fucking skit, bro, like before this shit about being security at the YB concert, and then this stupid ass, dumbass nigga does this shit. Down, you're on top of him. All you had to do is walk away. Now you're about to motherfucking commence to beat up an old elderly white man just doing his job on camera.
Okay, all right. I got a question about this. When are white people gonna learn to stay away from fucking black kids? When the fuck are they gonna learn that shit?
Wait, Chuck. He can't do his job, Chuck.
No. What? When are they gonna learn?
Chuck.
Let me explain something. Because it's really funny. I'm thinking about this. They're going to these HBCUs trying to debate. Here's my question: after somebody takes a bullet, you think you people are still showing up trying to fuck with these people? First of all, the person who put that bullet in Kirk was one of them. That was a white man with a white rifle, just like this white man with a white rifle on top of that ICE building. That had nothing to do with blacks. Why are these people constantly showing up in our face? Well, I got a theory about that. White people do not understand. Stop trying to fucking domesticate shit. These motherfuckers walking around with pet alligators. They're trying to domesticate fucking raccoons and shit. And then all of a sudden, when it bites them, all of a sudden, oh, how could they do that? How did this tiger decide to bite me? No, stop fucking with us. Just leave it. Go fucking to Nebraska or some shit. Because you're showing. First of all, fantastic. In all seriousness, they were upset when we didn't show up to protest against ICE when they were shipping them Hispanics out of here. They were ready for us. We didn't show up. When we don't show up, these motherfuckers come try to fucking find us. So, listen, I'm going to tell y'all white asses, if you're listening to this shit right now, stay the fuck out of these HBCUs. Stop calling in bomb threats. Stop showing up. We don't want to fucking debate. The dude who's standing there with a Glock in his pocket with a switch on it don't fucking feel like debate. This is not a friendly fucking conversation. You stay the fuck home. Go pet your alligator, your emotional support alligator. I don't give a fuck. And you stay there. Stay fucking home. Stay away from us. You got bigger problems with your white kids who ain't getting no white pussy because these women have decided to shun them. So you got bigger problems. Stay away from us. So an old white man showed up at these concerts. He think he's not going to get his ass stomped out? No. If you got to get niggas my size there. You got to get up. It's just like y'all keep saying, why aren't black people policing the community? If you put me.
Look, Chuck, I ain't finna argue with you tonight, bro. I ain't finna yell over you, bro. I'm just muting you because I don't know if you can hear me or you talking through me. I'm not doing that shit.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. My fault.
Yeah, cool. So, Truck, he works there.
No.
No, Truck, yes.
Stay home that night.
No, Truck, no.
No, stay home.
When fucking Taylor Swift comes to town, he works. When I forget what this was, whatever professional team plays there, he works. Truck, he can't, unselect the black nights, the black rapper nights, because then he'd be a little racist.
He could say I have to stay home on stage.
And then too, maybe have you ever thought, Truck, that he does all the venues and all the events, and he's probably
Except
been
this
working
one.
there.
Stay on.
Hold on, Chuck. He's probably been working there for quite some time, being at his age, right? And this is the first time this has ever happened to where a 14, 15-year-old child would fucking not only throw him down some stairs, but once he's been thrown down the stairs and he's in a submissive position of please don't, then commits to beating his ass, Chuck.
Do you think they would have done that if it was me or you standing there?
Who?
Do you think they would have done it if it was me or you standing there?
No, of course not.
Fuck no, because I'd have put a bullet right in his fucking head. They're not going to do that shit to us. And that's the reason why we have to police the community.
Chuck. No. First off, Chuck, no, you're not allowed to carry a firearm as a fucking usher in a fucking stadium. So no, you're not going to be pulling out a gun and shooting anything.
Well, I wouldn't be there as an usher. I'd be there as security.
Well, again, brother, he's not security. He's an usher.
No, so he should have stayed home. He should have said, "I'm calling out sick."
Yeah, and even still in security, bro, you're not armed security in that thing, bro. You're not. They don't got no armed security.
No, he should have been armed security then. You know what we're dealing with. You know what we're dealing with. You know that all you got to do is piss one of these kids off.
I say I'm not fucking with these YNs. That's why I say I'm not.
No, I'm not either. That's what I'm saying. They think that everybody is supposed to get along and shit. We already know not to fuck with these kids.
Look, Truck. So, Truck, what you're doing is you're giving actually a promo against how racist they aren't because they believe, hey, not the kids. The kids can't be this far gone.
No. That's mutually exclusive. That whether or not they harbor any feelings of racism, the bottom line is they're there to get a paycheck. My point is, if they know that they're dealing with these young, unruly kids, then they shouldn't fucking show up. They shouldn't be there. What they should do is they should stay home, call out sick.
And he came back. He left and came back again, y'all.
Yeah, he wants his ass beat.
No, not the white dude, the kid.
And by the way, fantastic. When you're talking about racism, I want you to keep in mind, I didn't get to be my size and strength without them having bred my fucking ancestors to make me the size and strength that I am. So what they need to understand is if you're going to raise an emotional alligator pet, then you got to understand eventually I'm going to bite your fucking arm and rip it off. So stop fucking around with people. You can't domesticate me. Just stop. So stay the fuck home. Stop coming to my goddamn school. If I see you show up to my school, it's on.
Yeah, it's crazy. Wow. Let's go around, man.
You raped my grandmother, and you made it so. You raped my great slave grandmother, and you made it so that I'm fucking larger than the average African and weigh twice as much as the average African. What do you think I'm gonna do when I bite you on your hand? I'm gonna do a death roll on you. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Alligators, crocodiles is kind of wild, Truck.
But my point is they keep trying to domesticate wild fucking animals. Stop trying to fucking be in control of other people.
I didn't know black people are wild animals.
No. The point is they're trying to control you. They try to control everything. It's fucking arrogance. And that arrogance gonna get your arm ripped the fuck off.
Just by having a conversation.
No, it's not about I'm not trying to fucking debate, motherfucker. I'm trying to eat your arm.
Okay, then you just don't talk to him then. That's fine.
Okay, listen, if you want to go debate him, when one of them bastard white boys is on the fucking roof with a 30-06, you have that debate. I'll be sitting at home watching you on television, rewinding that shit. Okay, go ahead. Next.
Blood City, I appreciate your patience, man. It's on you, brother. And then we'll move it around and I get to the Tate piece. What's up?
But I just want to get to the original point you were making earlier about black people being obsessed with racism. I've always wondered this for quite some time, and I'm glad that you brought this up because oh my goodness, I dealt with this recently at the barbershop. There were niggas in the barbershop that were literally like happy about Charlie Kirk's death, and it didn't make sense to me. Now I don't 100% agree with the man. I barely watch this content. I mean, he has his, viewpoints on things, and I have mine. I don't want another person dead because they disagree with me or I disagree with them. I will never co-sign that shit. But you got some black people that are just like, Well, hey, he had it coming. Like, are you serious? Niggas in the barbershop saying this shit, dog. I mean, I don't know if they would say that if it was Kamala Harris or Joe Biden that it happened to them. They'd be like, man, why would they do that? That's so fucked up. It's okay if as long as it's not someone they rock with and it happens to them. That's the only issue. If it's Trump, they almost jump for joy when Donald Trump damn near got assassinated.
Yeah, man. Again, niggas don't care about being seen as anything other than what I guess Chuck is kind of right.
No, I'm always right. It just takes your time to figure it out.
No, Chuck. I mean, if you're, I don't agree with the fucking human crocodiles and fucking wild animals.
That's an allegory. I'm sorry, that's an allegory.
I pretty much stop at savages, but that does go with savagery. You know, predatory. Extremely...
Well, here's the thing. Do you expect a person to be peaceful when you literally strip them from their fucking history? They don't even know what country their own people are from. They know that you did nasty things to their grandparents. They know that you raped their grandmother in front of your grandfather. They know that you whipped the shit out of their great-great-grandparents. They know that they got that generational trauma. You expect these to be peaceful fucking people? Is that what you expect?
Yeah.
I'm waiting to rip that arm off.
Yeah, but Chuck, the problem is that you had other people that suffered atrocity.
I'm gonna do a death roll. I'm gonna bite you right on your fucking hand, and I'm gonna spin around. And I'm gonna take that arm out the socket.
Yeah, but Chuck, again, on a serious note, just real quick, right? So the problem is black people aren't the only people that experience this. There have been plenty, even within Africa.
Yeah, but I'm not them. I'm not them, brother. I'm not them. I'm sorry. I'm not those. I'm not. Wait. Name me another race of people that was raised to be a permanent underclass in chattel slavery based on skin color. Hold on, based on skin color.
The Slavs.
The Slavs were done based on skin color. They were no way near that shit. And fantastic. This is all I'm gonna say.
What do you mean? Wait. They were nowhere near what? Hold on, wait. They were no near what? Hold on, bro.
They were in no way raised to be a fucking permanent underclass based on skin color. And even to this day,
what was it based on? And who were they slaves to?
The Slavs?
Yeah.
Well, in some cases they were slaves to members of the Ottoman Empire. In some cases they were slaves to the Russians, the Russians of the time.
Arabs,
but my point is, they still had a flag. They still had a national identity.
Truck. I know you do the thing, bro. Let's have an actual conversation. If I'm saying something, go ahead. Me like I'm responding to you. Okay. So the Moors and the Arabs, right?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. So so it was exactly the same. And were any of the tactics, the whips, the burning, the tars and featherings, the ripping people apart, did that only start in chattel slavery, Chuck, or had it happened way before then?
No. It happened way before that. What they didn't have was they didn't have a system, though.
Walk with me, Chuck. Walk with me. So, Chuck, tell me.
You're trying to repaint the system.
No, I'm not trying to repaint shit. You just agreed. It's smoke night. It's debate night. So we having the conversation.
Even the chat is saying I'm right.
Again, the chat, not my fucking chat is not.
They're saying I'm right. Look at them. I'm looking at them now.
If they are, they wrong. I don't either. They saying it. They dumb as hell. And they don't know either. So
wrong.
No. Wait. Hold on. I got you. You next. So Chuck, you've already agreed with the premise, right? The fact. That ain't the premise. The fact.
Oh wait, what was the fact? What was the fact?
Hold on, bro. Nothing new happened in chattel slavery that had not already happened before. You agree, correct?
No.
Okay, what was different?
What was different was that they had an institution designed to make sure that this shit lasted forever. And the only thing that stopped that was
that's literally
impossible. No. You're saying, listen, you're saying it's impossible. They believed that it was going to last forever.
No, they
had no. Excuse me. Do you remember the Civil War? Why did we go to war in the Civil War? Why?
We went through the Civil War because America was dropped the motherfucker. It had nothing to do with slavery.
Why did we go to war in the Civil War?
Because the South was going to motherfucking tear down the America in its earliest stages by separating, by seceding, and going to destroy the shit.
And why were they going to secede?
Hold on, bro. Hold on, Chuck. Let me tell the people that don't know.
This is revisionist.
Slavery is not ridiculous, Chuck. You can always
revisionist.
leave,
I didn't say ridiculous. I said revisionist.
It's not revisionist. It's factual. It's not revisionist.
They were going to secede from the Union because the North was not going to allow.
Slavery was the excuse that they used. Remember what did Lincoln want to do? What did Lincoln want to do, Truck? Tell the people what Lincoln wanted to do.
Kill them all.
No, he didn't. You're fucking lying. Well, he wanted to send them back. That's how Liberia got started.
Oh, no. When you say what was Lincoln going to do, what you didn't say was you didn't say what was he going to do to the blacks.
Yeah,
hey, Ramil's in the chat. Ramil the Radical too. Is that really him?
Ramil in my chat? He's in your chat. He's not in my chat.
No, I see Ramil. Oh, okay. But listen.
Nah,
in all fairness, in all calmness, the bottom line is the Slavs still have their national identity. Like if I go to Africa right now, I have no idea what country my people are from. The Slavs still had their family crest. They still had their national identity. They know who they are. The Slavs know who they are. They still have a flag.
All right. Okay. Again, so Truck, simply because they were close in region and they didn't get shipped across the motherfucking halfway of the world. So we're blaming.
So what I'm saying is it's different. What I'm saying is
it's not different. It's not.
I consider that different.
It's not.
You just said it. You said they didn't get shipped. Hold on. You just said that they didn't get shipped across the world. It was different based solely on that.
Okay, so hold on. Okay, so fucking the shit that the fucking Ottoman Empire took off, motherfuckers got shipped across motherfucking mountain ranges. Fuck is we talking about?
Are we trying to minimize one to accentuate another? Is that what we're trying to do?
What?
All right, listen, I'm not Slavic. I don't give a fuck about the Slavs. I'm talking about my genetics. I'm talking about my DNA.
Okay.
I don't know nothing about the Slavs, okay? I know about blacks.
So you don't know nothing about the Slavs.
No. I didn't bring them motherfuckers up. You did. So my point is, all I'm concerned with is me.
Truck. Now, again, bro, this is smoke debate night. You bring up a point, of course, I'm going to counterpoint your fucking point. Okay, I asked you the fucking specific question that you already fucking conceded fucking to.
I didn't concede shit.
Yes, the fuck you did, nigga. When I asked you the question, hold on. When I asked you the fucking question, is there anything new that happened in fucking chattel slavery that had not already happened previously before? You said no.
I said yes.
No, the fuck you didn't. No.
You said did that. No, you basically framed the question differently. You said had slavery happened before, and my point the entire time was that chattel slavery based on skin color with an intent to create a permanent underclass did not happen before. And even you said that they shipped the people across the world.
There's no way that you can prove the permanent underclass with the intent of permanent underclass shit. It's the same thing.
You're wrong. Fantastic.
I'm not wrong.
Thank you.
You're wrong.
Thank you.
Truck. Please shut the fuck up while I'm talking, bro, and stop cutting me off every time I say something.
All right.
Now, the reason why I'm not fucking wrong, okay? I'm gonna say it again. Black people were, I don't even know what fucking rendition of people that had been enslaved, okay? There were fucking hundreds and thousands of years before fucking 18, whatever the fuck, right? The 1800s. Some of you niggas like to go back to the 16, okay? Motherfuckers were slaves in AD.
I know.
People were getting fucking transported from their homelands and forced to walk to foreign lands they had no ideas of once they were conquered. It is the same fucking premise, just minus the ships and water. So I'm going to say this again. All of the fucking torture tactics, all of the control tactics, all the intimidation tactics, all of the raping women tactics, all of the breeding tactics were already done historically, factual. It's not what I feel. That's a fact. So I'm going to say it again. There's nothing different that occurred in chattel slavery that had not occurred some way, shape, form, or fashion in the world already.
You're wrong. Fantastic.
I'm not wrong. Now it's your turn. Now you tell me how. No, Chuck, you said everything you had to say. Now you tell me how I'm wrong.
Well, no. The bottom line is I'm not worried about this.
Truck. Let him go.
Okay, go ahead.
Because in the beginning, it was no color on slavery, and also half of the people, it was no color on slavery. Everybody was slaves. African were slaves. Whites were slaves, Arab were slaves,
Pause. So hold on. So hold on. So do you understand? You just made my point, right?
You have to let me finish.
Thank you.
Okay, go ahead.
There was no color on slavery. Everybody can get it. If you got captured, if your tribe lost or whatever, you was getting enslaved. Also, there was 50% of those people that was called slaves was indentured servants. They was not slaves, so they had rights.
Wait,
People
what?
they had rights. They had contracts under their government.
No.
Yes,
You
they
niggas.
did.
Hold on, bro. No, bro. Listen.
Okay.
Hold on. So again, the Slavs and the other people that were conquered, you didn't have no rights at all. If you
No,
were even
that's
given
not
a
true.
hold on, bro. Let me interject, and you got it back, right? Even if you were given and allowed to live, right, and they didn't kill you on the fucking spot to even use you in slavery, right? You didn't have any rights. You didn't have no fucking rights. You were the lowest of the lower fucking society. Okay, they used you as entertainment. What was the Coliseum free game?
Those were criminals who were supposed to die, and they
Criminal.
that was basically how.
Wait, Truck.
Hold on.
Criminals or captures? Hold on, Truck. Criminals or captures?
Well, some of those were captured, and some of them were criminals. But the bottom line was they were condemned. They were condemned to die, and they had to fight for their freedom. And if they were able to somehow survive,
what rights did they have?
I'm sorry, what happened?
What rights did they have?
To fight to die?
No, so none. Thank you. So the one of the most prolific things we know of the gladiator wars, right? You know, to where you would be captured by motherfucking Rome and be put in a motherfucking pit with not just people, but like you animals and lions and all kinds of crazy shit, right? And survival of the fittest. If you survive,
I saw the movie.
Even if you survive, what could Caesar still do, Truck?
Wait, even if you no. Caesar wasn't going to kill you off if you survived all the way to the end. If you survived all the way to the end, the crowd basically, Caesar would give you the thumbs up and you leave.
Yeah, but what when fucking Caesar give the thumb down?
He give you the thumb down if you were about to get killed, and the other guy standing on top of you with a sword pointed at you.
It's his motherfucking prerogative. He was in
Yeah,
control.
but you lost. But my point is, you lost. You had to fight for your right to live. That's all I'm saying. But no, all I'm saying is this. Why is it that these people are still coming at us? Why are you trying to have debates with people you know don't want to have no fucking debate after you just saw your boy get smoked? Why? Like, would you go to if you're a Crip, would you go to the Bloods and try to fucking have debates and shit on their turf?
That's not the same. That's a false.
No, I consider it the same shit.
It's not the same.
I consider it the same. You're at war. This is not a debate. This is war.
Hold on, Trick.
Hold on, bro. So unless you're saying that white people should see black people as the ops, as the adversary, just naturally off the basis of skin color, you're supporting racism yourself.
They see us as the ops, and I know it because I be listening to the shit they say.
Yeah, so you're supporting racism. So
no. This is civil war. This has got nothing to do with racism. It's fucking
does. Hold on, Chuck. Everything you said is white people need to leave black people alone. Stop trying to have conversations. Stop trying to debate. Stop trying to have fucking civil discourse. Right? Fuck all that shit. Right? And just fucking fuck them.
How civil? Hold on. How civil is it if you're literally making bomb threats the week before last? And then we already see that every other week, one of you motherfuckers is on top of a roof shooting at somebody. How the fuck are you going to tell me that's a civil fucking debate when niggas got taken out 3 days ago?
Hey, Truck, one question. Like, this is the only thing that I find interesting. Bro, hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Because you remember how there was that trial period of black people in rest? Like, we're resting, we're not involving ourselves in certain things.
Yes.
We right after Kirk, got smoked or whatever. We sat there and watched a whole bunch of people put themselves in that, even though we're supposed to be low key and chilling, and then got mad because the attention got put on us. And like I got little cousins and woo woo who go to Howard, other HBCUs, but they weren't out there. But it's just like it's a weird thing with us where it's like, okay, you want to pretend as if you want to be on the outside. You don't want to have to deal with this BS, but you don't even want to separate your logic from it. Like, I could think that you hate me. I can never be sure that you hate me unless like you do something extravagant for it. But it like for me to believe it. But if I take my race out of it and you pull up just to have a discussion about something that can actually be equated, why am I sitting there trying to act like I'm throwing a block party and we about to jump you? Like, why do you want to make yourself look like that?
You're here to intimidate and antagonize me.
You don't have the numbers to intimidate anybody.
Hold on. One of these
No, I'm
dudes
saying,
in
no,
the
you
chat-
gotta
hold
hear
on.
me out. You gotta hear me out. Just
No,
hear me
no, no,
out.
I
Just hear me
didn't-
out.
no,
Just
no,
hear me
no, I
out.
said
You
they're
don't
here
have
to
the numbers. You
antagonize
don't have
us.
home field advantage.
Hold on. I said they're here to antagonize us. One of your dudes right here, Jesse Lee in the chat, he says now when they segregate, you're going to be crying. You already are segregated. Why are you acting
but we
like
was
this is not
already,
new?
bro, we crying right now because they building their own little white societies in certain little areas and crap like that.
Do
Like,
you see me trying
do
to go
you
to
want to
fucking
be left
Utah?
alone or do you
hold,
not?
hold on. Are you trying to move to some fucking all-white suburb in motherfucking Utah?
No, nigga,
No,
not at all.
neither
No,
am
not at
I.
all.
Neither am
but
I.
hold on though. So still, but you stop personalizing it. He's not wrong.
You gotta remove that.
Hold on, bro. Did niggas not complain when the white people made their own little community? Did
You
that
mean
not
like
happen?
when they built that one in South Africa,
No, the ones in the States.
No.
We're not talking about South Africa. We're talking about America.
So the bottom line
Black
is
people
they
didn't say
already,
nothing,
first
really.
of all, get it through your minds. They don't want you around. They don't want your loud ass Keishas around. They don't want your annoying ass with your bullshit cars and your loud fucking shit mufflers. They don't want you around. They already, it's not segregation because segregation happens by law. This is separation. They already separated from you. They already did the white flight from you. So don't. No, yes, they
Not
did.
in mass.
Yes,
No,
they
didn't.
fucking did.
Not in mass.
My bad.
Bottom line is segregation is by law. That is unconstitutional.
Okay, that's
They
fair,
have
but not
separated-
in mass.
Excuse me. The Jews don't keep your black ass around, and neither do the whites. Right? How many white people are on your block right now? Tell me.
6.
6 out of how many people?
I'd probably say 6 out of
Those are the white people that couldn't leave because they were probably in a ninja loan on their house and they couldn't get out of there. And when they saw you, they were like, fuck, we got to sell the house. And they couldn't sell the house fast enough.
You fucking this shit up, Chuck, because I know you just trolling at this point.
No, I'm not trolling. I mean that shit. I mean it. I can't say it if I don't believe it.
You're fucking trolling, Chuck. You've been trolling.
Even the guys in the chat are saying I'm right.
Chuck, you keep saying that. Nobody and people that are saying you right or don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Lucky Marie knows I'm right.
She don't know what the fuck she's talking about. She believes in racism. She believes in white supremacy. You niggas believe in white supremacy. You niggas believe that.
Hold on. In fairness, I don't. No.
Hold on. Instead of being loud, gang.
Bro, I'm
Instead
not
of being loud.
What I'm not finna do, bro. When I start saying something, please shut the fuck up. I'm letting everybody fucking rock. This is my shit. It's the last time I'm gonna say it. Now, like I fucking said, bro, the white flight shit that happened way back pre-motherfucking civil rights era or so on and so forth, it's not today. White folks live around fucking black folks, and it ain't just motherfucking because they can't afford to fucking leave.
Yeah, okay.
It ain't. Most white people fucking wealthy, Truck? Are most white people wealthy?
Yes, they got more money than we do. What the fuck you pay? Well, why are you asking me silly ass questions like that?
Bro, hold on. Now I'm finna mute you because you're being fucking stupid. I'm gonna ask the question again. I'm gonna give you the chance to fucking answer the question I fucking asked you. I didn't say that they got more money than we do. Obviously, they got more fucking money than we do. I'm gonna ask you again. Are most white people wealthy? Now answer the fucking question.
Yes.
All right, now you full of shit and you lying.
He tweaking.
Okay. You prove my point that you being a fucking troll and you just up here wasting my fucking time.
That's not trolling. That we have stats to prove. Who's the most wealthy people in America? Indian America. Hold on. Indian. Hold on. Indian Americans are the wealthiest group, with Chinese Americans being right behind them, and I know that's a fact. Indian
what the
Americans.
fuck- so what? So I'm gonna ask you the question again. Maybe you're trolling or you can't hear and you can't
Phrase your question carefully.
I'm not gonna phrase shit. I'm gonna ask it like I asked you the first fucking 2 times.
All right, do it.
Are most white people wealthy?
No.
Not at all, man.
That's why I say, bro, playing.
You want me to answer it? Because I'm gonna say yes.
And you be a fucking
They
liar.
have, excuse me, but they have wealth. Hold on, fantastic. Seriously,
you're either fucking dumb, truck,
seriously,
or you just fucking playing around.
They have wealth in their houses.
Motherfucker, I'm gonna say it again. Listen to the words that are coming out of my fucking mouth. Are most white people wealthy?
Can I answer the question?
Yes.
All right. Listen. I looked it up.
Nigga, yes or
In the USA, most white households own. In the US,
answer the fucking question.
I'm answering it. In the USA, most white households.
Yes or no?
85.5% of household wealth in 2019 is owned by white households. Are you going to tell me I'm wrong now? And I just looked it up.
What?
Okay, I'll read the whole thing. In the USA, most white households own a significant portion of the total wealth. According to data, white households own 85.5% of household wealth in 2019, and this percentage has remained relatively stable over the years. Additionally, white households had a median net worth of approximately $250,400. compared to $105,000 for black households and $53,000 for Hispanic households. This indicates that wealth distribution is heavily concentrated among white households, reflecting broader economic disparities in the country. What you got to say now? What you got to say? Okay, go ahead. I'll be quiet.
You fucking troll. You done fucking trolling again. I'm gonna fucking ask you the question for like the fucking 30th time. Well, I'm not gonna ask you. I'm gonna tell it to you because you being a fucking asshole. You being stupid and you fucking playing around right now. But I deal with this stupid shit. Okay, so 85% of the wealth doesn't equate to motherfucking the majority of white people. See, niggas like you are fucking dangerous because one, you want to come here and fucking troll. And 2, what you're not motherfucking telling the people that don't understand this is just because white people outnumber everybody by like at least fucking 5 times as many people, 5 times the motherfuckers than everybody else. Of course, they're going to have a disparity in motherfucking wealth. That does not equal, though, that the majority of them are fucking wealthy. So stop playing on my shit, bro, and have the fucking conversation. I ain't got time for the trolling shit, truck. And I fuck with you, but bro, you piss me the fuck off because you playing. You perpetuating the bullshit and giving weak ass, dumb ass, don't want to do shit ass niggas excuses for being niggas. The majority of white people are not fucking wealthy. They're not. They just make up a substantial fucking number of the total population. So even though, as you stated, Asians, Indians, and like 6 or 7 other fucking groups of people that make way more money than them combined only make up 5% of the fucking population. So there's no way that 5% of the entire fucking Asian fucking classification is going to compete with fucking the 85%, nigga. Stop with the bullshit, bro. Fuck.
One thing, all right. So one thing that's hilarious is just like, okay, so I say how many white people stay on my block, but I also will. You also got to think how many of them are renting. Now, I'll be real. Like, there's only a few homeowners on the block, and a good chunk of them are black. And this is in the burbs. I'm not entirely sure exactly what the rate is fully, but you get what I'm saying. It's nah. I'm gonna lay back for a second. I gotta hear more.
Yeah, let me get in the new people. We got obstacles in the building. What's up, obstacles? What you got, bro?
What's good, man? You was just cooking. Cooking. I mean, ridiculous. Definitely, I want to just highlight, Indian Americans or Indians, if they're not actually American yet, they get a high earned income, but Asians are the tops, and they're a minority group. They own the most wealth. So where whites were at the 250, Asians are at 550. Like they're massively higher. And when you go even to the highest percentile, they're 3 million, while whites are just 1.5. So Asians are crushing it in the United States of America. So again, there is no boogeyman. It's not about white. It's about what the hell you going to do at the end of the day. So shout outs to what you were saying. And again, all white people aren't rich. They're broke, busted, and disgusted, living in middle America, trying to make ends meet. You get it confused maybe with liberals somewhere in the DC area or somewhere in the metropolitans, but they're not the same as the majority of whites who are struggling to keep the lights on. I'll end it there.
Do you believe, bro, that now, and this is what I'm trying to figure out, and I've said this to some of my peers. Why would you want to piss white people off that much, considering that we stuck with them here? I mean, you could move, but not everybody can move. Why would you be so on the side of immigrants as opposed to being on the side of the people that you're kind of stuck with?
Hold on real quick. Let me show this. So niggas, so I can undo all this fucking damage that Chuck just fucking did, right? Playing around and shit on my shit, right? In 2023, approximately 32.7% of white households in the U.S. earned households, all right? Households, not individuals, households earn an income of $100,000 or more. Chuck, can you please educate us and tell us what's left over after 32.7%? So the people that wouldn't be making $100,000 in their households, could you tell us, Chuck?
Okay, so it would be a little bit over 74%. But my point on this,
hold on, Chuck, roll with me. So, Chuck, what's the majority? Is the majority the 72.3%, I think, or is it the 32.7%, Chuck? Which is it?
Fantastic. You're not reading this right. You want to know why? And this is not trolling at all. Take a look at the wealthiest people, or even the people who are not at the top 10%. What they do, like Warren Buffett, or like Steve Jobs did, or like Tim Cook did, is they have very low incomes because the vast majority of their money is either capital gains or they're living. So the bottom line is, when they say who's holding the wealth, hold on. When they say who's
Chuck, what percentage of the people are the Warren Buffett, Chuck? What
obviously that's the top one. Obviously that's the top.
All right, then. So why are we going to act like?
Because what you're doing is you're talking about income. I'm talking about wealth. They're not the same thing.
Okay,
you're talking about income,
brother.
I just said the income or wealth too.
What's the likelihood of you having a much higher net worth if you're only making that? That doesn't work that way, Chuck.
Hold on. What's the likelihood of you having a very high net wealth? Well, what did I say not but 10 minutes ago? The majority of their money is in real estate. The majority, let me say it again nice and slow. The majority of their money is in real estate. And the majority of their money is in assets.
Let's see.
Their wealth is not, oh yeah, I make $200,000 a year, so I'm a high value man. That's not wealth. That's income. Wealth is when, oh, you know what? I got 2 or 3 properties that from my parents inherited, and one of them's up in Rhode Island, and I can unwind it to my daughter so my daughter can live rent free with her new husband or whatever. That's wealth. That's where the Asians have us beat. Now, you want to talk about that 5%. Asians are actually over 7% at this point. And keep in mind, they have the ability to call India, and they have the ability to call China. My Chinese friends, when they got married, their parents buy them a house. They don't even have a fucking mortgage. You know what that means? Whatever their income is, even if it was $50,000, their income goes directly into savings because they don't have a mortgage. So when you listen, do not confuse wealth and income. That's not trolling. I'm getting my point across. Maybe I'm a little loud. Okay. I'll say maybe I'm a little loud, but I'm getting my point across. No, it's not the same thing. You pointed to income. I'm pointing to what these motherfuckers got hidden under the motherfucking mattress and in their house. Now, do you want to? I'll be quiet. Now, do you would you like to say something about that? Fantastic. Hello.
Yeah, hold on. I'm getting it
How
right
you
here.
doing? Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Black people ain't got that kind of wealth because you can't stay fucking married. You got these women divorcing your asses. And then on top of that, you got these fucking illegitimate kids. And then all that money is going in every which a fucking way. That's the reason why black men are doing so well right now, because they ain't got kids and they're not married. And you're actually building wealth like that. So now, chat, you tell me who's right. You tell me facts. I see it, DC. Facts. That's right. Facts. This is not caps lock. This is facts lock. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So yeah, so like I said, back off the trolling bullshit. So again, the majority of white people still aren't motherfucking homeowners, don't have net worth, Chuck. The majority of white people don't motherfucking own homes. The majority of white people don't motherfucking have assets like that. That's why I said most. So when you're talking about this, you're talking about the people that are going to average that fucking whatever wealth it may be. Let's say $200,000-$300,000 a fucking year or whatever, or net worth, right? It's an overrepresentation by the number of white people compared to that group. That is surely going to motherfucking overrepresent because again, they're 5 to 6 times everybody else. So what you're saying still doesn't motherfucking defeat my question and my point of most white people aren't fucking wealthy. The majority of the fucking country is not wealthy, but of the wealthy people, you're going to have an overrepresentation of white people because they outnumber everybody. So you still hadn't changed shit about what the fuck I said.
Fantastic.
Most white people don't have a high net worth. Most white people don't make a fucking 100,000 households. It's households.
Yeah,
and the household income usually compares to your net worth, bro.
You're using the word
if that
wealth.
was the case, hold on, I'm not done. I ain't say shit while you was talking, bro.
Okay.
If that was the case, why is it that black people don't have a high net worth? Maybe it's because they don't make a lot of fucking money.
God, what happened to the weave sales and shit? Like I thought we the biggest consumers.
Fantastic. You do not have to make a lot of money in order to have wealth. What you have to do is you have to build assets.
Chuck, I literally just said that. Chuck, I already killed that shit. Do the majority of white people own fucking homes?
Oh, come on, man. Really? Really?
No, yes, really, nigga. No,
in America, in the United States of America, do the majority of whites own homes? The answer is yes.
No, they don't, nigga. What's wrong with you?
Are you kidding? So can you? So really quickly, just
I'm gonna ask you again. You say
who owns the majority of the houses? Who owns the majority of the homes?
Truck. White people make up the most people. You're not Truck.
Oh my god.
Let me calm down, bro. Let me calm down. Truck.
Jesus.
Now you know what, bro?
Can I ask a question real quick?
You're gonna kick me? You're really gonna kick me? I'm trying.
You literally trying to just fuck with me right there.
I'm only up here because you called me ugly and stupid off the back. I'm like, what the fuck?
I ain't say shit about ugly. I said you know what the fuck you was talking about. But go ahead.
I do. First of all, I'm not here to argue. I just wanted to sit up here and say because I thought we passed the black conversation. I thought we all knew that this is a classism problem. Why are we still talking about black and all of this? Ain't that what Trucker was talking about? The classism problem? That's
he was saying white this, white that, white this, white that, everything white. And what Truck is either purposely doing to piss me the fuck off, or he's missing me. And what I'm saying is, Truck is making a conflation of white people outnumbering everybody, so therefore representing and fucking overrepresenting in wealth, versus I'm talking about white people only. That's why I asked him about most white people. Most white people, only white people, not the white people, not the total homeowners of all races. Okay. White homeowners only. The majority of them are not homeowners, Lucky. The majority of white people are not wealthy and don't have assets, Lucky.
Oh, I believe that. I'm in a white state.
Now what Truck is doing in doing a damn good job of running my fucking blood pressure up and playing with this bullshit is acting like the majority of white people that overrepresent because of numbers, right? Because of fucking volume, is the same as just white people only. That's why I'm getting so fucking mad, because stupid motherfuckers in the chat is acting like he's actually saying something when Truck is clearly trolling and just
I'm
being
not.
I think he made
I
good
literally
points.
everything you said, Truck.
Fantastic. I looked up the number, 73.3. I looked up the number. It says as of 2019, 73.3% of white non-Hispanic Americans were homeowners. I can't go any further than that. Now, you said the majority, right? The majority is anything above 50%, even if it was 51, 73%. Now, granted, yes, they are the majority of the population. I totally understand that. But when it comes to actual ownership of wealth, the majority of their wealth, whether they have a high income or not, is built into their assets. That's all I'm trying to say. I looked it up. I mean,
I just had a real question. I'm not going to say because I feel like this is for men and I don't want to intrude. You said that you think that, I think it was fantastic. You said that it's more white people than black people. You believe that, right? You believe that stat?
Yeah, that's clear as
Okay.
day.
Why do you think, and I'm not here to argue, I'm just saying, why do you think that Elon Musk stated that we need more white people if there's already a whole lot more white people than there is any other race?
White women aren't birthing children. Sorry.
Yeah, he was speaking to the what's the name rate, and Truck was right. So Truck is right.
Thank you,
nigga. I'm showing it.
Okay, I got another question.
Hold on, just real quick. Let me go out. So he says 75% of white people in 2023 own fucking homes. Apparently.
Thank you. That's all I
Learn
ask.
something every day.
That's all I ask. That's all I ask. That's all I ask.
Learn something new every day.
That's cool. But also, I want to add that as much as the ownership is there in their favor, and the ownership is very close when it comes down to investment incomes. But anyways, going back, Asians still outnumber net worth, all groups, white, black, and Hispanic. They outpaced them. And I'm not saying income. So I want to highlight that. Their net worth is higher than everybody's. Mostly because they have retirement accounts and brokerage accounts. That's it. It's not businesses and it's not home ownership. So those two categories allow them to be. So if the whole thing is white, 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 how is it that in a white nation, Asians can outperform white people? And I'll end on this point. It's not because of capital inflow from China and India. Some people could do that, but most don't do that. Because it is the outflow of capital, meaning capital leaves America and goes to India and goes to China, not the other way around.
I'm going to answer that question in a second. First of all,
you don't have to answer. It was just a statement, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, let me help you out with your statement. First of all, I've lived in China.
Don't help me. Just say I lived in China too.
Yeah. Oh, good. What part did you live in?
Keep going. I worked at the U.S. Embassy in Beijing. I worked at the U.S. Embassy in Beijing.
Okay.
United States Marine Corps.
All right. Okay. You work for the embassy. Fantastic. Okay. So anyway, I went to school there. I took business there, and I learned Mandarin Chinese while I was there. So I'll make that very simple. I've also been to Japan, South Korea. You know why Asians got more money than us? Because Asians flow their money down through their families. Their grandparents save up their money and their grandparents move it down to their kids. Their kids live rent-free. Their kids live interest-free. And they save their money towards that next generation. Meanwhile, over here in America, you're busy over here spending $2,000 on a fucking iPhone. And you're busy running out getting ugly-ass shoes, Gucci, Prada, Femi, garbage. And you're wasting every fucking dime you've got. That's why they've got more money. They live rent-free. They live interest-free. They save their money. They give it to their kids. They live mortgage-free if they can. And yes, they do call over to India. They do call over to China. They got Bank of China. They got Bank of India. They got HSBC. Yes, they do. Do not tell me that they don't, because that ain't true. Okay?
Yeah, but no question though. Most of them don't have that access, Truck.
You think most of them don't have that access?
And then there's so many Asians outside of China.
Their moms are Vietnamese, but guess what? They still got money left over from the reparations
the Bank of China
that we
doesn't
didn't
send
get.
capital. The Bank of China does not send capital to America to acquire American property. Just get financing in America.
Really?
Financing is pretty easy. And then also I would add to it, yes, really.
So
And
you're
then
telling
also
me that a
over that,
Bank of China member cannot ask Bank of China for a loan on a
a
property. So
loan
you're gonna
for
hold on,
property in the
hold on.
United
So,
States of America?
hold on. So you're
Negative.
telling me that a Chinese person with a Bank of China account or an HSBC account cannot ask that bank for a
It has to
loan?
be domiciled in America. And they can go to any bank. They don't have to go to the Bank of China or
Here's a question.
HSBC, which is an American bank.
Here's a question. Who's
It's
got
not a Chinese
the
bank.
better access to getting a loan from one
Everybody
of those
in America.
excuse me. Who's got a better opportunity to get a loan from the Bank of China than a Chinese citizen from Shanghai versus my black ass who may or may not have a account with them? Who's got a better chance of getting that loan? You tell me right now.
You can't get a loan from Bank of China. You just get
Oh,
it
yes,
from
I
in
can.
America.
Oh, I can get a loan. I just can't get a big one. I can't get one as big as their people.
Okay,
can.
but there's companies in America, not only banks, but brokerage.
Yeah, and this
Like,
is the
there's
question. So hold
broker
on. So you're
companies.
saying, so hold on. So you're saying the Chinese man that has no fucking access to his name, has no fucking revenue, has no real income, can motherfucking go to the Bank of China and get a motherfucking loan for a $500,000 house?
Yes. And to prove that,
Okay, you got it.
Hold on. To prove that, there was a
You got it. All right, you believe that.
$700,000 house on my old block. Now, this house shouldn't have cost more than $200,000. $700,000. Guess who owns it right now? Chinese bought that shit, chopped it up, and they're renting it out to some Guyanese people. There was a store. Hold on. No.
But so they told you, but I'm not being.
I asked them in Mandarin. They
told you the bank they didn't. So these were, I won't say poor, but they're average earning people.
These were, well, they owned a Chinese food restaurant down the block.
Oh, okay.
Surprise.
So give us one that didn't own a bit. They own a Chinese food restaurant in New York. I doubt they're poor.
They're broke.
No,
but you can get a loan.
We
You can
made
get
them
a
rich.
loan in America.
We made them rich. No. Well, fantastic. Just to answer that question about why they have more money than us, we made Panda rich. We were the ones who weren't cooking.
I've been over that, Chuck. I've said that. If it's Chinese food, if it's the Arab gas station, if it's the Chinese hair and nail shop, all this other shit, I already know that. I'm not focused on that. What we're saying though, for the example you gave, a person even that's from China, Chinese person, can't just go to motherfucking China, the Bank of China, and get a motherfucking loan without the fucking shit to cover the loan, bro. Don't work that way. You don't just be a poor motherfucker. I'm Chinese. Give me money.
You mean the word is collateral, without the collateral to qualify.
Okay, but that's still
income. You can qualify with income, collateral. There's many different ways to qualify for a loan.
All he's saying is even if you go to the Bank of China, the same principle
of getting a loan.
Yeah, the same principle of qualifying for a loan is the same way it is in America. That's all he's saying, bro.
Okay, no. Okay, fair. Now, let me just share this with you. 2 months ago, July 15, 2025, Chinese investors quietly scoop up record amounts of American homes. After a brief retreat, Chinese investors are storming back into the U.S. housing market. Between April 2024 and March 2025, they spent $13.6 billion on U.S. homes, an 83% jump from the year, before making them once again the top foreign buyers of American residential real estate, according to a new report from the National Association of Realtors. That influx translated to roughly 11,600 home purchases, with California soaking up the largest share. So what I'm basically saying, they have more access than we do. That's what I'm saying. They have more access than many whites do. But even white people, they can still easily get loans. Meanwhile, you see black people. No, they can still get them in America. What I'm saying is China.
But Chuck, like you said, for one, it's investors. But let's even just say it's individuals. They make up a larger percentage of not a larger percentage, but for their group, they overrepresent for their group, bro, in wealth. He just showed you.
Yeah, no. Well, that's what I said when I said
they have the capital. They have the capital. They have the assets. They have the fucking collateral to cover the loans, if that's the case, even on an individual basis, but not fucked up. And you say investors, Chuck. So of course, if it's investors and they got multiple businesses, or the actual China, the country of China itself,
would it be
and even with the statistics you just provided, like that you were like proven correct, which it just showed that whites have a majority home ownership, whether it's with a mortgage or without. Whether it's with a mortgage or without, ownership is ownership.
But
It
my
doesn't
listen,
count if it's
a
leveraged
long
or
time
not.
ago, hold on. Since we're talking about black racism and black people reacted to racism, a long time ago, whites had Chinese exclusion acts. They wouldn't allow they wouldn't allow Asian women to come here. They wouldn't allow them to set up homes and families. And they wouldn't allow them to buy property. That was a long time ago. When they got rid of those things during segregation, these people have still been steadily investing here. But the point that I'm making is they invest in their people. They invest in their families, and they invest in people who come from their countries. So they assume that their people are going to pay those loans back. Some of those people do have collateral in their country. Some of them still have farms. Some of them still have land. Some of them still have home ownership in their country. So they do have collateral. But in some cases, even without the collateral, they get their people invested in our communities and they squeeze us out.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to also apply is the most of their wealth, you have to look at how their wealth is sourced. And it is not sourced in more businesses or home ownership than whites. It is all in brokerage accounts and 401ks. So all they do is they actually immigrate to America, work a job, and put a good portion of their income towards a retirement account and a brokerage account. That is what gives them the excess wealth over white people also too, in all percentiles, not just the top high income earners or high class, middle class, and low class. They beat every group. They doubled every group, and especially when it comes to whites, because they're usually like at the top in those groups. So again, it has nothing to do with these myths that we say they create up a Chinese store in the hood and this is why they're beating us. It's none of that stuff. It is mainly because of those two vehicles in which I just said, and the statistics just show you that. So you don't have to do the scheme from China, and if we had an African state giving us money, like, no, it just comes from them coming, working, and then just making those investments. They're no better than nobody else.
The fucking the actually taking advantage of the fucking opportunity you have here by, like you said, Chuck, good practices, cultural practices that equate to motherfucking wealth transfer within the family, bro. It's not it's not a racism thing. It's not because again, I make the same argument that Obstacles made plenty of times. How do black people explain how people came here way after us? Okay, figured the fucking system out. White people weren't just racist to fucking us. They were racist to Asians, as you said yourself. They were racist to fucking Arabs. They were racist to Indians. And yet and still, what did they do? They fucking worked together and figured out a way to motherfucking operate outside the system to where now the system motherfucking they make the fucking rules for themselves, bro.
Oh, no. I agree with you, but would it be fair to say that they invest in each other under their same flag? And perhaps we don't invest in each other because we ain't of the same flag.
No.
We have no idea what flag are we under.
I'll say yes and no. So I'll say yes, it's fair, but it's tribalism. It's people that look like them. Hold on. So let me finish, bro. It's people that look like them and the people that are like them and have the same culture. What we know is before fucking we had the immigration from Africans and the Caribbeans and shit and so on and so forth. But even still with that, right? We can still work. Just the fucking as much as Asians may hate each other on the whatever. When it comes to them working with each other, they're gonna work with each other. Chinese and Japanese can't get along for shit. But if they gotta help each other, the motherfucking what's the name over the white folks and the niggas and everybody else, they gonna work together, bro.
There you go.
All right. So what I'm saying is niggas don't get no excuse. We've been here. We brag about how we fucking helped build a country and we went through all this pain and suffering and shit. So why don't you motherfucking see a black man and help him? It should be that simple. I don't need to know exactly what fucking flag we do have flags, Chuck. Georgia got a flag, Florida got a flag, New Hampshire got a flag, Alaska got a flag.
Hold on. That's not your flag. See,
that's the fuck
you,
it is.
do you know?
That's my flag. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm from USA.
Your great slave grandparents did not come from fucking Georgia. What part did they come
came from? America. I'm from America, bro. What you mean?
Hold on. Where were they from in Africa?
That would, bro. That would be like that would be like 8 greats. By the way, Truck. We go all the way back to motherfucking slavery first and foremost. My great grandparents definitely came from Georgia, bro. Okay.
What country?
Why are we going back 900 years or 400 years?
You know why? Because I prefer to have a flag just like these other people.
You? Go back
Okay,
800
so,
years.
so,
Go back
so
1,000.
if y'all want to
Go
take, hold
ahead.
on.
Do you?
So if you want to take the Atlanta flag, then I can say, well, I'm taking the
I
New
didn't say
York
nothing about no
flag.
goddamn
Hey,
Atlanta,
hold
nigga.
on,
Atlanta
or
ain't got no
Georgia,
flag.
Georgia, Atlanta, whatever the fuck.
Atlanta ain't got no
You,
motherfucking
if y'all say you're taking the Georgia flag, and I say I take the New York flag, then that would say, you know what? I'm not helping y'all niggas because y'all down in Georgia and I'm from New York.
Okay, well, American flag. That's why
You
I
don't have
just
to do
changed
that.
it. My
Yeah, I just
flag
said
is American.
America.
This is where I'm from.
Yeah, but the American flag don't like me.
It
Okay,
love
that's
me.
you. Good. Hey,
Yeah,
yeah, love me. I
love the
love
fuck
it.
out of me.
Shit.
Yeah, it love the fuck
All
out of
right.
me. I
As
don't know
far
why
as
you.
I'm
I
concerned,
saying
as
it
far as I'm concerned, blacks are a fifth column in this country.
Well, you do you. You do you. I'm number one. I'm the top 1% that you was talking
yeah,
about
I'm
earlier. So I love
listen,
this place. I ain't
yeah,
got no problem.
and it's
All right.
definitely working for me.
Well,
If I
you
can find
enjoy
a
it.
way to make the shit work,
Thank you.
I mean everybody else can.
Because the moment I retire, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm gonna leave you right here with the Charlie Kirk shooters.
Okay, I mean they ain't shooting me.
I hope
Yeah,
not.
exactly.
Don't be debating nobody at these campuses.
What do
I
you?
might.
What do
And they'll
you?
pop
What do
you
you?
overseas. They'll pop
What
you
do you
overseas.
rent?
So don't think that's going to be
No, they
so.
won't because they ain't got no guns. Their
Cut it
government's
out.
a totalitarian. They ain't
Wait, they
got
don't
no.
get popped overseas now. All right,
They,
cool.
they're
No,
not
they get.
Nobody
popping.
gets shot
They're not
overseas.
popping
All
niggas
right,
from
man.
America. When's the last time
Yeah,
you
all
saw a
right.
black man in
So
Southeast Asia get shot?
your big ass will make a bet
Nobody
a really good stabbing candidate, nigga. They can't miss you.
They ain't trying to stab my ass.
Shit, me, that nigga, they have a motherfucking mass stabbing in China every year. Stop playing.
Do you know what their
Stop
government would
playing.
do to them for stabbing a fucking foreign tourist? Their
Nothing,
government
bro.
would
They, what you
execute them.
mean?
Man,
What
so
do
you
you
think?
mean?
So you think the mobs over there
Their
don't have
cartels
guns?
be shooting at the government, bro. What you mean?
What
They pull up on
cartel is?
Parliament.
Hold on. What cartel is shooting at the Chinese government? Please tell me that.
You're
Wait, which
telling me
one?
the
Which place? You
you're acting
China?
like the
Oh, come on.
hey, you're acting like the Yakuza don't have guns and the Russian mob don't have
Excuse
guns and the
me,
Nah,
the
they
Chinese.
don't.
Yakuza. First
The
of all, you
triads
mentioned the
don't got
Yakuza.
guns.
Excuse me, you mentioned
All
the
of them have
Yakuza.
guns.
First of all, the
The
largest
Taliban,
Yakuza family,
all of
and I know
them.
this from memory, is the Yamaguchi Kai, and they have
Even
been marginalized so
Okay.
much
All right.
that them
You
motherfuckers
go to
can't do
China.
shit to the government. Are you kidding?
Go to
you act
China
like
then,
they.
bro. Just
I
go.
lived
You
in
good.
China.
It's
I was
it's
Go
like
fine.
they
back. You
say,
said you want to
hey,
go back. So
hey,
go back. Okay. Have
Mr.
fun.
Fantastic, Mr.
Peace out.
Fantastic. Don't they say that the Uzi wasn't made in Brooklyn?
The Uzi was made in Israel.
Okay, there you go. That's a foreign place.
No, well, listen, Israel's going to get theirs as soon as Iran builds them nukes because they didn't fully destroy their nuclear
Here we go
weapons
now.
facilities.
Chuck, I
Man,
told you.
Israel's. I mean, Iran is not going to build no
Yes,
nuclear
they are.
bombs.
Yes, they are.
No,
Look,
they're not.
Chuck, I told you. Look, a significant mass stabbing occurred November 16, 2024. 17 others, man, stabbed 8 people to death. 8 people, and then killed 8 people, and then injured 17 more. One motherfucker.
Okay,
But
so first of
that
all,
cannot
that was
happen in
at look
America,
at that.
bro, because we
That
fight.
was at a school, number one. And furthermore, do you think a Chinese
That don't
man's
make it
running up
better.
on me and stabbing me after
It was
stabbing
only at
I
a
a
don't know,
school?
man.
school.
Are you
Hey,
kidding?
passport, bro.
No,
How are you built? Are you fat? Are you skinny?
I'm
Are
Chuck,
you?
fucking 6'6" and I bench press fucking 400 pounds.
You're
Truck,
lying, bro. I
I
don't
can tell
believe
you
that
this,
shit.
Truck. Let me tell you this, brother. Truck. Any motherfucker that can kill 8 motherfuckers with a knife and then stab 17 more, he gonna stab your big ass at least.
I'm gonna break his arm like a chicken wing.
Stab.
Yes, dude.
Are you kidding? I'm gonna
Nigga,
stomp
that's a
that
ninja,
fucking.
nigga. That was a real life ninja. Had to be.
Oh, come on. He was attacking
Nah,
college
bro.
students. He
It's
was
cause
attacking college students.
yeah, it's cause those people over there don't grow up like aggressive like us. So they're like they're
No, and that's a good point. Those people, they walk around not worrying about anything. That's
Listen.
why that white girl on that train, Zarutska, she had no idea how much danger she was in. She had no idea. She thought she
nah.
came here, everything was good.
That
And
was
how
just
many other
like
white girls don't get stabbed? Like, come
nah.
on, man.
You know
That
how
was just
many?
like
Well, I had a white German girl come over to my house the
Here
other
we
night
go.
to switch
All
me
right,
from
bro. We got
AT&T
China. We got
to
it. Go to
Verizon.
China. No,
And
nothing.
she was over here, this white girl. I got pictures. I'll send it to you, fantastic. But I had this German white girl come over and she switched me from AT&T to Verizon when I got my iPhone 17, the night that I got it. She felt totally safe. She was here by herself. She knew I wasn't going to do nothing to her. Why did she know that? Because she grew up in Germany. She doesn't have the.
She
Hold on.
knew that because you're getting service from
She doesn't have the. Hold
AT&T.
on. She
Dude,
doesn't
it's not
have
like
the
you're gonna
fear.
kill
Hold
someone
on.
that goes and does service.
These people who come from other countries, they don't have the fear that we
All
have here, that
crazy.
we
Other
live with.
countries.
They don't have it. She's from
Some of
Germany.
the other countries are in the top 10 most dangerous countries in the world. and
What's
cities in the world.
What's the top most dangerous country in the world?
Brazil. Well, okay, South
Yeah,
Africa
Brazil's
got
dangerous,
4.
man. The favelas. I don't think any of
Brazil
us will
got
make it in the
4
favelas.
Yeah,
of
I
the
don't
top
go to
10.
Brazil. I don't go to Brazil. I go to
Yeah,
countries
you
that
wouldn't make
practice.
it over
You got to
there.
be
I
very
They'll eat
specific.
you up.
I go to countries that practice totalitarian control over their people, so I don't have to worry nothing. I'm about to go to Vietnam, Cambodia right now.
Okay.
I'm about to stay there for 2 months. You think I'm
Yeah.
worried about the Vietnamese? No. You think I'm worried about
Okay.
Cambodians?
Wait,
No.
hold on.
They
I
do
don't know where
things.
this is going.
Hey,
Okay, that's your life.
passport,
That's what
bro.
you want to
Are
live.
you
Okay,
white?
cool.
Am I white? Do I sound white?
I don't know. I can't tell, but your pictures are two white people.
Do you know who that is? That's Charlie Shakur and Trump Pac.
Yeah. So your brother.
It would be Trump.
You
Knight.
don't realize that that's fucking Donald Trump and Charlie Kirk in that picture. You don't realize that?
Yeah, but I figured maybe you're just like one of those like white people that like supports white people, so you put white people pictures.
No, I'm a highly educated black person, and it just so happens that the more educated a black person is, the more dangerous they are.
Okay, that's good then. So you're telling me you being a minority like all of us, you don't see how the different scenarios play out, man? Like how us, like me and you, if we were to go to another place, like me and you more than likely know how to fight.
Are you
So
Puerto Rican?
no, I'm Mexican, but
Oh,
I live
okay.
in Texas.
I've never been to Mexico. I will never go to Mexico after what y'all did to the black woman trying to get that BBL, and y'all shot up the niggas in that car. I will never go to Mexico. You can
Nah,
keep it.
I mean, you really gotta look into it,
I'm
man.
not
Like,
coming down there for anything. I'm not coming down there. No.
okay, so you're a scary dude.
I'm not scary. It's just that you people aren't under control.
What
So
do you
I'm
mean, you
not coming
people?
down
Nigga,
there.
everybody
You
go to
people.
Cancun. Chill out, Chuck. Get
I'm
the
not
fuck
going
out
down
of
there.
here.
Fuck
Nah,
that.
I'm
I'm
just
not
messing
going
with
there.
you, man.
No, I'm
Everybody
not
go
going
to fucking
there.
Cancun.
I'm
Let me
not
go.
going to Brazil either. That place is dangerous.
Hold on,
See,
nigga. Shut up.
I wouldn't
People
go
are
to
tired of black
Brazil
people.
because they're too free over there.
Hold on,
Every
shut
time
up.
you look up some
Shut
Negroes
up.
arguing about something.
Well, you know,
Derek Penny. That whole
oh
situation.
yeah,
yesterday.
that was incredible. That was incredible. And it's I'll be honest, one of the things that's amazing to me because I am American. I lived here till I was 8, and then I grew up in England, and then I
But
moved
you
all around the world.
see,
What's kind of amazing to me
Tate is
about the
somebody
American
that I
consciousness
would
is that they have
slap,
this
you know?
huge preposition with racism, and they seem to think this is a racist country. Like you motherfuckers haven't been anywhere.
Yeah.
Because this is the least racist nation on the planet. You think
Right.
America's racist? Let me tell you where's racist. You know the most racist place? Africa.
Oh yeah.
You ever been to Africa? You Hutu, you're Tutu,
Right.
you're Boo Boo. Like they're fucking killing each other. They're having genocide. They don't look the fucking same. They're pulling out machetes. Look at the Rwandan genocide. I couldn't even tell the two teams.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
running around fucking swinging blades. Bro, the whole world's
Them
fucking
niggas
racist.
killing each other with nothing.
The
Nah,
whole
but there's
world is-
places in Africa that are great places, man.
No, it is, but still, like he's saying, you still have fucking
And they be capping.
before you had the nation states established, you had the tribes that were up against each other. That's how slavery even started, right? So
Yeah,
of course,
hey man. So do you the way slavery started, bro? Like realistically, is that these whole other people came into Africa, and they were later on considered the bush people, you know. And then the Africans made a deal with the Englishman, the European, and they said, well, we have these other people that came in from another land that are called the bush people, and we could sell those people. Africans did not sell Africans. Africans sold the bush people, which was the
Look,
Judean.
bro, everybody sold everybody. Everybody sold their
No,
own
but
people.
did you pay attention to what I
China
said though?
had enslavement of its own people.
But did
So
you
what
pay,
I'm saying is this is a human condition. It's nothing
yeah,
special.
but
You
you did
blacks
pay
are
attention
nothing
to what I
special.
said though, right?
Yeah, I paid attention to what you said. I'm gonna address it directly. The problem with what you're saying is, brother, is documentation and is history to prove otherwise, to disprove what you're saying. It wasn't Bush people, dog, or just Bush people. There were literally tribes that
Yeah.
sold other tribes.
Yeah,
Not,
like
Got
not
lost in war.
wait, hold on. I didn't cut you off for a reason. I want to make sure you got your whole shit off.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
There were tribes
Uh-huh.
of Africans, confirmed Africans. This is your tongue. This is my tongue. This is your region. This is my region. And hey, we conquer you. We overtake you. And then, hey, like you said, we have no need for these people. And the white people came up. The Europeans, hey man, I heard you got these people you're not really fucking with. Let us have them. We'll give you some. We'll give you some fucking rice, and we'll give you some gold and some guns or whatever the fuck, right? So on and so forth. All right. So again, they're not understanding or knowing what the plans were, okay, because of the way they look at slavery or the way they look at shit, and they had no intentions of, they had no idea of what the white people's plan was. I guess they assumed it was gonna be the same, right? But it wasn't.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying, bro. That's this. We're definitely Africans. This is my first time hearing about the Bush people thing you're talking about, but it was definitely Africans, motherfucking giving up.
Yeah. So let me explain where the bush people came from. So if you get, let me see how many years is that. So 1500, about 2000 years, let's say 2500 years ago, some people went south. You know what I'm saying? Into they when you could clearly know because you get like your Egyptians, you have your Egyptians back in the day, and they had enslaved some other people, and then those people became free, and they went into the land, and then those people over all these hundreds and hundreds of years, they lived off the land, and they were considered the bush people, but they weren't originally from there, and the Africans sold those people to the Europeans, and this is true knowledge, man. This is true knowledge. Yeah, you could look it up for yourself.
Yeah, I'm not disputing what you're saying. This is just new to me,
Yeah.
but I know for sure. This is my first time ever hearing about the Bush people thing. But I know
Yeah.
for sure, and it's in plenty of history books, is that Africans also got that. You know what I mean? Gave the Africans up. They gave
No, no,
each.
that's what they tell you, but the Africans sold the bush people. The bush people, it's like me.
So
It's like this, like for it's like me and you. Like me and you, right? We're
Wait, hold on. But they
minority.
sold people, right? So that's slavery,
Hold on,
though.
no, but no, but
No, no,
there
wait.
is,
No, I'm just asking you this question, though.
yeah,
They're
asking me.
bush people. I get it. I heard that. But are they people, and did they sell them? And that's slavery. Slavery is not dependent on if you're from the bush or not. It's
Yeah, it
slavery
is.
is selling somebody.
It's like
No, it's
it's
not.
like
It's once you sell
listen, so
somebody, that's
listen
called
to me, brother.
slavery. It doesn't depend on it.
Listen to me, listen to me. So these people, these Europeans, these Englishmen that came to Africa to tell the Africans, like, hey man, we're starting this new nation. Do you want to send people over there to help us? So then these people, these Africans, they had the merchandise and the registers. So then they're like, yeah, just don't touch our people, but we do have these other people that came into our land many, many, many years ago,
Okay.
and we can catch those people. You get what I'm saying? And because a white man cannot catch a black man,
Okay,
So
cool.
wait,
Keep
what?
going.
So
No,
hold
no,
on.
watch him. Let him say it for fantastic because he's saying what we need him to say. Keep saying it.
I'm with you, brother. You see what I'm saying? And then the truth is that so then these Africans went into the bush people, and who is who by what they used to wear. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
A bushman, an Israelite, used to dress.
I knew it. Hold on, brother. I knew it. I knew it. I was waiting for you to say it. Key
What's
word.
up?
You're Israelite.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I'm an Edomite. I know my history. I come from Esau. I'm an Edomite.
What?
You get? Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? I know
See,
my
that's
real
why I don't
history.
fuck with that
White,
history
you
shit. You
white
see what I'm
Hispanic.
saying?
And you white. You saying
Is
you
this
white
what they
Hispanic?
teach though? Is this
No,
what they teach y'all in Mexico?
I'm mixed. I'm Mexican.
Yeah, white Hispanic, bro. You
Yeah.
saying you're Edomite?
Yeah. So Edomite, it comes from Esau. Like it is. He still comes from
See.
God. You get me? But that's higher knowledge. You get me?
Yeah, see, Ninja's talking hieroglyphics in
Yeah, man. But
2025. That's
but
why I leave that history shit alone, bro.
no, but
You
it's
could
the
make up
truth.
whatever shit.
But it's the
he
truth.
a jalapeno nigga. But listen, bro.
He a jalapeno hit with the Edomite with a
Yeah,
tangle, a
man.
sassamite.
Listen,
Yeah.
Come
brother.
on, man.
Brother
So when I
Jose,
was in
brother.
Arkansas,
In the bush, man.
hold
Come
up. When
on,
I
man. Let's go.
so what they consider people like me, which is the Spaniard mixed with Indian, they call us Cajuns.
Huh?
The
Hold
yeah,
on,
man.
hold on, hold on. Nah, Jose, you pulling my
Yeah.
leg, fam. You
Nah,
pause.
man. Hey, I'm being serious. The
That's not
when
what
I
a
was
Cajun is, brother.
they call us no Cajun. Like we're just seasoned.
Hey,
They would
no,
make
Cajun is see now you way out in the woods, bro. Cajun is motherfucking what French? What's the name? Got French fucking background and mixture and shit. French, Native American, so on and so forth. That's what Cajun is, bro. You talking about
yeah,
now?
but I'm a
Ain't no
Spaniard and
Mexican
native. You
Cajuns,
get
bro.
me? I'm Mexican, bro.
I know motherfucking Cajun is like synonymous with caliente, hot, brother. But no, brother, no. You can't
Okay.
take Mexicans for being goddamn Cajun. Now you going too far, Jose.
Nah, you
No,
wildin', man.
you're
Let
thinking
him
I'm
tell us
saying
about the Bushman and the
okay.
Edomites. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
get back to the
Okay.
get back
So
to the
where was I at? Where was I at? So yeah. So like
Yeah,
for
they
instance,
went to go in. They went in the bushes to see the Bushman, and he was wearing
Yeah,
yeah.
a certain
So
top.
okay,
hold on, brother.
so
I'll
let
tell
me
you where
tell
he
you.
was exactly. Oh, I got
So
you. Jose,
so
this is what
you're
I'm saying.
so
Jose.
so if you're in America, if you how do I say
If
it's because
we
I'm
came to America, we Bushmen.
So yeah, so this is what I'm about to ask you, Jose, just real quick. So what the fuck
ask
am
me
I? So Jose, what am I then?
where are
A
you from?
Bushman.
Yeah, so
You
I'm
from the
motherfucker, I'm
bushes.
from here.
From America?
Yeah. I'm a Bush
Okay.
now. Are you telling me I'm not African American? I'm Bush.
Okay,
Bush
so
American.
according to like ancient scripture, the
Okay.
people like you guys, whatever you want to call yourself, what is it like African
So-called
Americans
black
over here,
people. I
right?
got you. So-called,
So
so-called black people. Even though you
yeah,
claim you
okay,
use a
yeah,
whole
okay,
lot of
okay, okay, yeah,
Israelite
yeah.
fucking
The
what's the name, but you're not no Israelite. But go ahead.
really what really history calls people like that come over here that are dark complected is the so-called Negro, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so the so-called Negro is really the true uh Judean, the true Jew. No, the Israelite is many people. It's 12 different tribes. But the tribe of Judah is you guys. But
Yeah.
you guys are so stupid these days that you guys call yourself Black Americans, African
Nah.
Americans.
But wait, hold on. Why would we want to go to? Why would we want to go to Israel in the middle
No
of
one's
nowhere
saying
in the
you
Middle
want to.
East though?
Listen, no one's saying
Okay.
you want to go to Israel.
Okay, gotcha. So we could
I'm
stay
saying
here. We could just call ourselves the Israelites in America.
no, yes,
Or
no. Hold on, listen to
okay.
me. Israel.
You cut out, bro.
What happened?
Yeah, I don't know. His sound cut out. That's
Joshua got it, bro.
Got it, man.
Over nothing. Who do your nose shape?
They
I
got
don't know
this
the fuck.
huge continent. You got all these black people. You got all these resources.
All they do is kill.
And they're probably the poorest continent in the world.
Of course.
Bro. They have no leadership, and their culture just broken.
100%. And also, it's because Africa's rich that it's poor, which we'll talk about in a second. But America's the least racist place you find on the planet. You think China's not racist? You think Japan's not fucking racist? You think India's not racist with this caste system? You think Africa's not racist with this fucking genocides?
Right,
Like everywhere, even when I moved to England, the amount of racism I dealt with for being American. Like I was American, they're like, oh yeah, go dickhead, school shooter.
Yeah, man. Listen, that's another thing too. I told you, like, bro, when you go to a place or whatever, you learn this shit with the military quickly, bro. A lot of this shit is just they don't like you because you're American, bro. It ain't got to do with your race. You're American, bro. Motherfuckers gonna look at you funny. You know what I'm saying? And depending on where you at, if you don't fit a certain, archetype, you don't have enough intimidation physically. You know what I'm saying? Your physiology, motherfuckers will try you, bro. I don't know how many times motherfuckers got off that boat, bro, and came back, lumped the fuck up. Okay, you fucking Americans, you think you run everything? you so arrogant. You saw this, you saw that. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, it's crazy.
Well, we can agree that that's nationalism, though, right?
Yeah, we agree.
And we can agree that the Japanese have a reason to hate Americans, right?
No,
but they don't.
So wait a minute. So that nuclear bombs,
yeah, they don't.
They dropped.
They don't actually.
Those two nuclear bombs.
Japan. No, true.
They don't hate us.
Yeah, that's the thing though. That Japan's not even stuck on that shit, bro. When the last time when the last time you heard a Japanese person bring up fucking Hiroshima and Nagasaki?
You mean when's the last time that I heard it brought up in American media, or when's the last time that I heard the Koreans or the Japanese protesting to get Americans out of their country? Which one do you mean?
The Japanese people talking about you bombed our shit. That's what I'm talking about.
Dude, if you want to ask, the last time was when I was in Haneda. I was in Haneda, Tokyo, and that was I think it was like last year during like July, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so
but you're not going to hear that here. You're not going to hear any of that shit here.
I didn't hear it in Japan.
I'm still confused. So you just had a regular person walk up to you and be like, "Hey, man, we still tight over there."
Oh no. See, when they look at black people, I'm a big black person. When they look at black people, they don't see the enemy in us. They see the enemy in white men. That's why they have their own curse words specifically for them. I don't.
Hey, man,
they call them gaijin.
You tight, you tight about Hiroshima, not Japanese.
I don't give a fuck about Hiroshima. I don't care. I'm just saying.
What are you talking about it?
You know I'm gonna call cap on all the hate white man shit.
So wait. So you're saying Japan people don't have a reason to hate white people?
I didn't say not have a reason. They don't hate them. I'm telling you, they don't hate them, and I know they don't hate them because they make the anime characters white. You got a whole bunch of fucking Japanese.
No. But hold on. Yeah, they make their anime characters white. But why? We have But we have African people who do skin bleaching. That has to do with white supremacy. They've been so fucked up. But listen, they have a hatred.
They did that before with geisha. Geisha existed before Europeans. Geishas have
did it with geisha.
Geishas
Yes,
have
it
nothing.
does. Geisha,
Geishas have
the lighter
nothing
your
to
skin,
do with
the lighter your
anime.
skin meant. That
Geishas
means you
have
weren't a
nothing.
working hand.
The word
Wait, hold on.
geisha
Before
means
even
music. The
Europeans
word
came,
geisha means art person. The word geisha means art person.
Europeans
The
came,
word
before
geisha means
we
art
heard you.
person. This
Before
has
Europeans
nothing to do
came,
with anime. They
before
started making
Europeans
these
came,
people white and
Hey,
anime
passport, you
for
gotta
the
let
same
every,
reason,
you
bro.
gotta
for
talk.
the
I
Let
know
other
he
people
just
same
yelled
talk.
reason, for the same reason
because
that
you mad at
Hong
white folks.
Kong featured so many white actors. For one, so that they could sell it to the white audience, for one.
You just
And
hate the
for
white man.
two,
Just go ahead and say it.
no, because if
We
you're gonna
all
say
know what it
something
is
like
because we
that,
always
if you're
talk to you
gonna
about
say
it.
something
They
like
were just doing
that,
that because, again, if you were of darker complexion, that means you were farmhands out on the farm.
oh,
But
you
if
know
you were
what?
of lighter skin, you were inside. You weren't working outside.
Thank you.
Asia had that amongst Asians prior to whites even having
Nah,
their own
hey,
empire.
but have
Asians
you
been
guys?
around
Hey, but hey,
5,000
bro, but
years.
do you
You're the
know?
one who
5,000 years
Hey,
of claim.
passport, man, let other
hold on,
people talk.
hold on.
Stop talking over
You're
other
the one.
people, man.
Hold on. You no,
Keep
fuck
this
you
shit
and your
civil,
Mexican
cuz.
fucking.
Truck, bro. Come on, bro.
Hey, but have you guys ever
Hold on,
looked up the
Jose,
old pictures
Jose, you gotta do let me
of the
speak.
Uncle Toms?
Yo, Jose, I'm speaking. If I'm speaking, chill out.
Okay,
Chuck,
go for it. My bad.
everybody, man. Can't nobody hear you just yelling over everybody, bro. You fucking the broadcast up. Chuck, chill. Let
No, it's
niggas.
because like passport was just yelling.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, but you're giving me misinformation anyway. But my point was,
No, I'm not.
yeah. You and your Edomites and your Sodomites and all that shit. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Hey, bro, I learned my stuff from a black community.
go back to the Sodomites. I don't give a fuck. So anyway, as I was saying, you brought
You're
up the
fat,
term
aren't you?
geisha. Yeah, I'm fat. I'm fat because I eat Mexican pussy.
That's yeah.
Anyway,
You carry yourself like that.
as I said,
This
you
is
brought up
the
the term
intellectual
geisha.
black man too. So let's
No.
just
I'm
remind
highly
that.
educated.
He
I'm
doesn't
fucking
have a lot
Highly
of
talented.
educated.
knowledge.
So anyway,
Okay.
as I said, you brought up
He's
the term
talking from
geisha.
his
I
feelings.
said geishas have
I
nothing
brought
to
up
do with
multiple
anime.
things.
They did that to sell it to a white audience so that it would get
Okay.
international appeal. That's number one. Number two,
Okay.
it could be argued that they have an inferiority complex. And the inferiority complex comes to
One of the strongest GDPs in the world.
Nope.
Okay.
The inferiority
One of the
complex
richest
comes
countries
from the
in the
fact
world.
that they
Inferior
lost,
complex. Makes a lot of sense.
a humiliating defeat.
Makes
They
sense from one
lost,
of the richest
they
nations
lost
in the
a
world.
humiliating defeat to America. Now
And they
Yeah,
you
made
but
it back.
that's
They
why.
bounced back. That
How do
happened
they
to
have?
everybody. China was
But
the same way.
and how did
People
they
bounced
bounce
back.
back? America
Nobody
offered to buy.
salty and nobody be
the
crying like
Japanese
you.
have a lot of honor. They
America
surrendered with
destroyed
honor.
their government.
That's why they are the way they are,
America
because they have honor.
They
destroyed
got money,
their
man. They're not worried about
dynasty.
what you're talking
America
about.
destroyed their government, and to
Shout
help
outs to
build them
America.
back,
Yes, we
to
did.
help
Shout
build
out
them
to the
back,
empire.
to help
Shout outs
build
to the
them
empire.
back, what we did was we offered
Shout
trade
outs to the
deals that
empire. Yes, we
favored
Yeah,
did.
them
so
for
truck. Let me
Toyota and
Yes,
Honda.
we did.
truck,
Yes, we
truck,
did.
truck. So
Yeah.
Chuck, this is the thing, man. Again, like I said, you're saying this shit, bro. I have not heard a Japanese person or whatever complain about Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and I don't know how long. Like niggas bring up slavery every other fucking day, bro. Again, at the end of the day, right? Other places have suffered fucking way worse fucking atrocities. The country of Japan was fucking leveled. All right, damn near everything killed, and
Two
then
cities.
by hold on, radiation poison for I don't know how fucking long or whatever from the shit, right? Okay, so they can bounce back from that, bro. Okay, and again, I'm not saying slavery wasn't fucked up, but I don't think there was an atomic bomb dropped in the fucking cotton field and obliterated black people, and then you have to rebuild your people from the fucking from the core and then reestablish everything and so on and so forth. Okay.
Well, fantastic. 2 nuclear weapons. How many people were killed? It was lower than 300,000. Can we agree on that?
Okay. Yeah.
The first one was 100 and something thousand, and if you add in the radiation poison, the numbers might have gone up to about 175,000. I don't even consider that egregious as slavery, but I'm sure the Japanese would argue with me.
Well, I think any human being would say losing 100,000 people in literally seconds, in seconds of existence, is horrific in any way, shape.
Absolutely.
And like I said, I don't think there's a comparison or historical moment in slavery where 300,000 people were all wiped out simultaneously.
No. I never argued that there was. What I'm saying is, there are people to this day that.
Be
Well,
clear.
there's okay.
No, let me be clear. So what I'm saying is that's why I'm not trying to make the comparison of which is more horrific because as we go on, there were more people that were lost throughout slavery due to the duration and the number of people involved. But what I'm saying, one of the most horrific things to happen in human existence was the fucking bombing of fucking Japan.
No, absolutely. So just like you just said, even with those 2 nuclear bombings, they still did not lose as many people over the time period. Now, this happened right away. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So all I'm saying is there are some people who might argue that. Well, there's some people who would try to argue that one's worse than the other. All right.
That's not what I'm trying to do.
I'm not saying you.
What I'm saying is they're both fucked up in their own rights, in their own context, right? But what I'm saying is, right, even though that happened way longer than slavery happened way before the bombing of fucking Hiroshima and Nagasaki,
and it lasted longer too.
Well, it lasted longer, but I mean.
And can we also say that after the bombing, hold on. Andrew Tate is a goddamn scam artist. Andrew Tate is a fucking scam artist.
Tate inside this conversation is saying
what I'm saying is that after those
the American is they hate their own American country more. I don't give a damn about that war. We did what we did, and so other cultures and other nations have done what they have done. Everybody has fought in wars. Everybody has beaten people up.
Yeah.
Period.
After those bombings, the Japanese people were still Japanese. After
we still
slavery,
number one. We still
slavery,
United States of America.
Slaves had no idea where
we
they
still
came
crushing it.
After,
we still the most powerful military.
Chuck, this is the question. So Chuck, I got you. I heard you. So Chuck, this is the question. So do you wish that your bloodline never left Africa? Is that what you're saying?
No, I wish I knew what my bloodline in Africa was.
Stop. So what's the fucking argument?
What I'm saying is they have fuck you. What I'm saying is they have national identity and we don't. That's what I'm saying.
You don't got identity. I got an identity.
Fuck Georgia.
USA. I got an identity. It's the United States of America.
Watch your big fat ass mouth, nigga. He ain't from Georgia. I ain't. First off. Secondly, again, Chuck, this is the point I'm saying. What does bro? It's plenty of niggas that did fucking was it ancestry.com or whatever the fuck it is and so on and so forth. And most
that's
niggas
the government. That's the government trying to get your blood. That shit is a scam.
Hold on, okay, and Chuck, I agree, right? I agree, but at the end of the day, Chuck, knowing where the fuck you from, what the fuck does that change for you now? Are you going
because you know what it does? It gives me an identity. You know what it does?
I'm not saying that while you talking, Chuck. Come on now. So, Chuck, my point is, once you find out what your nationality is or where your people are from or your tribe or whatever the fuck or your native fucking tongue, what the fuck does that change in 2025, Chuck?
It tells me exactly who I am. That's what
okay. So telling you exactly how does that help you financially? How does it help you education-wise? How does that help you in any way, shape, form, or fashion, Chuck? What changes for the American once the American knows the exact tribe and region and bloodline that he's from in 2025? Please educate me.
It gives me more self-esteem.
You say, yeah, you're trolling again, but I appreciate it.
That's not trolling.
No, he probably did ask.
I've been arguing about national identity all fucking night long. That's not trolling.
Serious.
Yeah,
I believe.
Like I said, bro. Like I said, again, the Africans don't. And the thing about it, Chuck, you know what?
I don't need to know how Nigerian eat Jollof rice.
The Africans will go tell you're not one of them. Africans gonna tell you are not one of us, bro. No matter what, once you find out you do your motherfucking 23andMe or ancestry or whatever the fuck it is, and so on and so forth, and find out what your bloodline is. But like you said, there's no way to even fucking, I guess, verify it because all of those things or a lot of them are full of shit, right? So being that the test that is supposed to tell you, you know, the region you came from, the bloodline, all this other shit, and so on and so forth, you can't even really be trusted or verified. How you ever know? And my point is, who gives a fuck?
That's my point. They literally stole your fucking history. God,
ain't my history.
And steal my history.
I don't need that 2,000 years to define me today.
I need all my shit.
All of
It's
my
all
history
here.
is here,
That's
bro.
cool for you. Go get it.
All
Go to
of my fucking
Africa.
history is here, bro. All of my history is here.
Go find the
I don't give a
traces.
fuck. I don't care about what the hell happened before
In
whoever it is was on the slave ship and they got and let me be clear and say this.
Wakanda.
All black people weren't slaves. This has also been
Facts.
fucking proven. Okay, all black people were not slaves. There were some people that were here before slavery, right? So, but hey, man, that's a whole other thing. Let me get to this fucking Andrew Tate shit because he's saying some really important things.
It's like, watch out. But the thing is, I think it's funny.
Yeah.
These people can't take a fucking joke.
Right.
Like, I love when people, I have the most diverse friend group, and our friendships are based on racism. Like, it's funny.
Right,
It's funny.
right.
Like, I know a white guy
Yeah.
who's loyal.
Right.
Fucking weird. But, like, we make fun of each other all the time. Like, racism is hilarious amongst the friend group.
Right.
But in America, everyone's so sensitive to it. It's insane. And they believe they live in a racist country. It's like, you need to go basically anywhere else. Go anywhere else and you will see. And what's interesting is actually the countries like Dubai, which I spent a lot of time in, the UAE, which is a super diverse country with 80% immigration. But the locals, the natives, they're above you. You can't fuck with a Gulf Arab in UAE. You can come and you can visit and you can buy a nice house and you can live there and you can enjoy Dubai. But if you crash your car into an Arab, it was your fault.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. Like, there's no way out of it, right? So the whole world's fucking racist except America. And these people are constantly and endlessly crying. It's like so ungrateful almost.
But
It's ungrateful.
I think most of that comes from the black community, though. I think that's what's keeping racism alive in this country. Yeah, and the white liberal is pushing it too. It's on life support. Yeah.
Well, I think everyone's tired of it now, but they're going to keep trying to push it because it allows them to feel important for 5 seconds. So they're going to keep trying to push it.
Andrew, do you consider yourself to be African American?
Well, there's times. I'm like the day walker. I swap in and out. It depends.
Right,
you know.
yeah.
You know, like I had an auntie. She's black and she talks like a white woman until she gets mad. Then she's Jamaican.
Yeah.
You ever had one of them?
Yeah.
That's like me.
Yeah.
Depends on mood I'm in.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm white. Sometimes I'm black. Depends on mood I'm in.
Yeah.
But
For the people that don't know, his dad's black. He was like fucking world class chess player, and I forget if he was like a physicist or some shit. I want to say his dad was like a physicist or some type of scientist, or some shit like that. And his mom is like, I think white British or whatever the fuck it is. So Andrew Tate is half black. He's a halfer.
No, it's really interesting. And also, pattern recognition isn't racism. We need to make that very clear. Like, if I think of a pedophile, I imagine a white man.
Yeah, right.
And if I think of gang shooting, I imagine a black man. Call me racist, but that's just what I imagine, right?
So again, this is what we be talking about. Niggas say this shit all the time. You want to talk about motherfuckers touching kids and taking pussy and shooting up schools. We have no issue and problem. And white people never push back on that shit of them being those people. You start talking about fucking gang banging and negativities and shit. Oh, that's racism. Well, is it racism when you properly stereotype the creepy ass white man in the fucking panel van? Do we call that racism? No, motherfucker. It's a proper stereotype, and you warn the children. Okay, hey, you see some old creepy ass fucking white man pull up in a white van with no fucking windows in it, you don't go over there. Okay.
I think of Latinos.
Well, that's right. Yeah, 100%. Build the wall. So, we got enough tacos. It's fine. We don't need any more. So,
if I walk into a restaurant, a Latino restaurant, and I see a bunch of Asians making tacos, I'm walking right out.
100%.
Yeah.
Now, again, in the inverse, that's gonna be the best motherfucking Chinese food you ever had in your life. The Asians love hiring illegal immigrants to work the fucking buffets. Now, the Chinese in and out joints, the takeout joints, no, that's strictly Asians. No fucking Jorge's and fucking Jose's in there for the most part. But the buffets, oh, you better believe it. Everybody's speaking Spanish. Okay.
So racial stereotypes also exist for a reason, but now we're going to try and tell us that we have to ignore basic pattern recognition or it's racism. And this is the point that's difficult because I'll be completely honest with you. If I was Snow White and I was a police officer and I was in inner Chicago and it's 4 a.m. and I stopped a Toyota Camry and there's 4 black guys in it and my partner got killed 2 years ago because of a Toyota Camry with 4 black guys in it and they're not compliant, I'll be trigger happy. Now to pretend he's not. That's pattern recognition.
Yeah, right.
That's
how you survive.
That's how you survive in the world.
Yeah.
The reason our ancestors survived is because we saw someone go try and pet the lion.
Right.
Go eat, and we're like, there's a pattern here.
Yeah.
You tried. Oh, he died too. Okay, avoid the lion. Right. There's a pattern recognition. So what's interesting, what's so scary about this racism argument is it prevents people. I'll give you another example of this in a second, but it prevents people from acting appropriately, understanding that perhaps the world's not a perfect place. Perhaps it's never going to be fully balanced. So you need to understand when you are going to be deemed more of a threat. So if I was a completely black person in that Toyota Camry, I would say this officer's intimidated guys. We have to be on our best behavior.
Right.
Now they'll say, I shouldn't have to do that. You shouldn't have to lock your door at night.
Yeah.
But you do. The world's not perfect.
That's another thing, man. Niggas always on shoulda, coulda, woulda, or whatever. Fuck all that. What is, bro? What is? All right. One of the greatest things, an example he used, like the whole shit in Dubai or whatever. They tell us that's what we got that motherfucking boat. Hey, look here, man. Hey, here, all this shit you can get away with back home stateside, it don't go here. If you get your ass motherfucking rolled up or jammed up, we'll motherfucking see your ass after we pull off and try to get the embassy to get you out of jail. Okay. Be on your fucking best behavior. You're not at home. You're in their fucking home. So you got to play by their rules. If you don't like it, don't get your ass off the boat. But if you get your ass off that boat, you either play by their rules or you suffer the consequences. And if you suffer the consequences there, you will have consequences here because you taking our fucking time. Okay? Niggas focus way too much on the way you feel some shit should be. Life ain't fair, motherfucker. Okay? Life ain't fair. Work ain't fair. Traffic ain't fair. Fucking hell. A lot of shit in life ain't fair, dog. So why the fuck do you think this shit should just be for niggas only? Everybody treat us with fucking kid gloves and never say anything you disagree with or no type of fucking discrimination. No, bro. When you get to do whatever the fuck you want to do to everybody else, it's unrealistic, bro. That's a motherfucking, that's not even a fairy tale land, bro. That shit is the best AI that's never even been created yet. You think you can get away in life and doing whatever the fuck you want to do to any and everybody. Say whatever the fuck you want. Do whatever the fuck you want. And everybody's just supposed to motherfucking, they're black. Let them go. We owe it to them. You got another thing coming. I can tell you that shit.
Fucking place. There's no such thing as shouldn't have to.
Right.
I'm a big man. If I go and knock, let's say my car breaks down, and I go knock on someone's door in the middle of the night, I know that I'm scary. If a little girl knocks, they may open it. I'm going to be more intimidating. I have to keep that in mind. I'm not going to be at the door like they're trying to flex.
Yeah.
They're not going to fucking open it. You have to know the game you're playing.
Yeah, because white people, someone knocking on the door, they're like, I don't know this guy. It's probably a home invasion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, and this get me in trouble, if you're a black person in the inner city and you understand how the inner city runs, when you're going to stop by police, you should comply more than ever because you should understand perhaps it's unfair. He has these preconceived notions. Perhaps it's unfair. Perhaps you're a great person. Perhaps yes, but the world's not perfect.
Yeah.
And thinking that the world is perfect and us trying to push this ideal version of the world where everyone ignores basic pattern recognition is bullshit and garbage. I'm more intimidated when I walk past 5 men. If I'm walking alone at night and there's 5 men on a street corner, I find that more scary than 5 women on a street corner. Am I sexist? No, that's fucking, I'm not a dumbass. I'm a realist. I'm a realist. So this racism's gone so far now that we're disrupting the ability for people to be realists. So they're expecting a little white woman to walk past 5 big Negroes in the middle of inner city Chicago and be like, don't be racist, Jane. Don't be racist, Jane. Don't be racist. Hi, fellas. Like, bro, you're fucking, you lose your handbag, at least.
Right. That doesn't bother me. Like if I'm getting to an elevator, this happened to us. We'll get in an elevator, it's just a white lady, and she'll just back in the corner and just like grab onto a purse. I'm like, I don't blame you.
100%.
You know what you do in that case? When a black woman, when an old white lady motherfucking grips her purse while you in the motherfucking elevator, you smile at her, right? You say, "Hey, what floor are you getting off on?" And when she comes, you pick her old ass up with her purse and set her off the elevator. Bitch, I can take you and that purse, not sexually, of course. I ain't talking about taking no pussy, but bitch, I can steal all of you. Okay, you gripping your purse is not gonna help you.
Well, I will say it does hurt my feelings when I'm walking near, say, a white woman who's in a car and she suddenly locks her doors. But the last time one of them told me that, I pointed and I say, hey, look at that car over there. You see that car? My car is worth 3 times what your car is worth. I don't steal those. Thank you. Bye-bye. You know, my thing is, Andrew Tate, he could keep.
Hold on. How you do that? Hold on. You mean to tell me you're a black man that's wealthy in America, bro? Oh, you telling me?
Because I learned from the Jews and I beat the system. That's why I have an 850 credit score.
So hold on. So you actually patterned something that was positive from, I know Jews aren't white, but niggas like to call them white, right? So you use something that the white man had working for him to your advantage in this racist ass system. How'd you do that?
By following the example of corporate raiders and
wow. So hold on, wait. So why can't other black people do what you did?
Because they don't have me as a father.
Well, no, I mean you're not the only one, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
No, well.
So Obstacles is doing pretty good himself, right? And he talks about finances and things. So how do you explain, and I'm nowhere where you are in the investments, but I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm on some Peter Gunn shit. I'm not 50 rich, but I'm barely broke type shit. So how do we get 3 big ass African American men that are somehow successful through the American system? Chuck, can you explain this to the people?
Well, for one thing, by following the archetype of what I believe is you got to understand, when I grew up, I basically, like this whole bullshit about complying and non-complying that he's talking about. When I was a kid, I used to watch Cops and Real Stories of the Highway Patrol. So I understood how they think. Fuck all that pattern recognition, all that bullshit. But the bottom line is I understand how they think and what they expect from me. But guess what? These kids now, they don't. They don't get shown that. They don't get taught that. They don't even force you to understand any of that shit when you're applying for a fucking driver's license.
Yeah,
So
but
of
why?
course they don't
why-
comply.
Hold on. So your parents didn't tell you at all how to interact with police and how to just
I,
follow.
I will say this: my parents basically, we had corporal punishment. I had my ass whipped a lot. So the only thing that I had was fear of authority. These new kids don't have fear of authority. That's what they don't have.
Starts in the home. So there's a lack of actual parenting by parents, is what you're saying.
Well, yeah, fear of authority.
Yeah. So no respect for authority, no fear of authority. So the parents let them do whatever the fuck
But
they
now,
want.
but see, notice I didn't use the word. I didn't use the word respect. I used the word fear of authority. Now, there are a lot of other kids who grow up in places where they learn respect for authority. I don't respect the authority. I fear the authority because I know that they have, weapons and that they could take your fucking liberty and they could take your life. As far as respect for authority, there are some people who see police as helpful saviors. There are other people who see them as oppressors. And I recognize that. So when I notice, I use the word fear, not respect. I don't respect half of these motherfuckers. But
yeah, but you have
all
to
I'm-
have. But hold on,
What?
you don't think that respect for authority is a necessity for society? You think everybody's just scared and nobody actually respects nobody actually respects the
No.
rules?
I didn't say nobody respects it. I said some people respect it and some people are afraid.
So what do you think is more? Do you think it's more people afraid or more people that just respect it? And
No,
understand
I honestly think that there's more people who respect it. And the reason why, just as we pointed out a little while ago, 73.3% of whites are homeowners. If they think that their property or their safety is in danger, they know to pick up 911 and to dial 911. Now, can you honestly say that the vast majority of the people in the hood or people in segregated neighborhoods, well, I should say separated neighborhoods, do you think that all of them see the police as the best possible choice if they have some fear of some external stimulus? Many of them, just like with that stop snitching shit, many of them see the police as nothing more than occupiers and rabble rousers. They think that the cops are going to come and take them in. They think that they're not going to get it.
Though. They still call the cops.
Some of them do, a lot of them don't.
Majority of black people call cops. Majority of black people are not convicts.
Some of them
dealing
do.
with criminality.
Some of them are afraid
Majority,
that the
I
cops
said
will
some,
escalate.
yeah.
Excuse me. Some of them fear that the cops will escalate the
some.
situation. Like if you basically calling the cops now is like you're the Godfather and you're phoning in a hit.
Some.
If I know that there's a person next door who's walking around with a knife or a gun, and I know the person's mentally ill, me picking up the phone and calling the cops is basically me phoning in a hit to have that person killed, and I know it.
So what are you supposed? So okay. So and we just had this case where this woman, I don't know if she survived or not, but her family called them. So as the family or as a civilian, you're supposed to just deal with the knife wielding lunatic.
Well, the problem is I already understand that some of these police precincts are going to escalate the situation until one of them is dead.
Wait. So I got a direct problem with that. I don't know if when you came into the live, but I literally showed a case of where a black man was holding a gun, brandishing a firearm, right? Police saw him, told him to put the gun down. He put the gun down, got on his knees, paused, and they locked him up without incident.
Yeah, because they got fucking cameras now.
Bro, he had a gun. What the fuck are you talking about?
The mere fact that you saw it means that they had cameras on.
Yeah,
so
when
that gets internal reviewed.
Well, it wasn't a cops recording. It was somebody externally. But
so you mean to tell me the cops didn't notice that this other person has a camera pointed right at him? Of course they don't.
No. The person was off in their car. There's no way that they never even looked towards the camera truck.
So
RoboCop.
Is it fair to assume that the cops could have suspected that there are people with cameras pointed at this situation from the moment they rolled up?
Chuck, they like people say all the time, they shot niggas for less. Chuck, they shot niggas that they thought.
Well, your man Andrew Tate just said that if he sees four black guys in the Toyota Camry, he's gonna be trigger happy.
But wait, hold on. Doesn't it make sense? But what's the problem with those cops? Earlier you said you believe in an authoritarian government. They could come down and just slap motherfuckers up. So isn't that okay if the cops do it too?
No, I expect them to do it when I'm on vacation to the people who are in the country I go to.
See, fucking.
You see what I'm saying?
What's funny about
Got
it?
him.
They'll pretend that being
You didn't get
intimidating
shit.
is a terrible curse.
I don't know what you're
It comes to
talking
something that
about.
the police stop when they live their entire life trying to be as intimidating as possible.
Exactly.
You're standing a certain way. You're dressing a certain way. You're listening to certain music. You're fucking gangbanging. You want everyone to walk past you to know you're a real fucking G. You want everyone scared of you all the time. Except for when the cop gets scared and pulls his weapon, then it's like, whoa, what's the problem? You've been scaring people your whole fucking life. You've been intimidating people your whole life. You could have had a 3-piece suit on, had a fucking little hat. You've been fine. No, you're wearing a fucking Crip bandana. Why do you think I was a gangster?
Right.
But
Something in Ebonics.
Yeah, but it's bullshit. So all of this is done on purpose. This whole racism argument's gone way too far. As far as I know, black people and white people have basically the fair treatment. I mean, the law applies to all of us. DEI actually gave black people a whole bunch of advantages over white people. So to sit here and believe that this is a racist country is completely
what?
So hold on, I'm about to address it. The DEI shit was again well over fucking oversold to the benefit it gave to black people. I think they actually did numbers, and I forget it was either 3% or 6%. Black people as a whole, men and women, only got 3 to 6% of advantages from.
Thank you. It was whites and fucking LGBT that benefited from fucking DEI.
White women specifically. So again, that's false, and that's why I'm addressing it.
Thank you. So basically, wait, hold on. Stop 1 second. So basically, what you're saying is that Mr. I know it all fucking Andrew Tate is wrong. That's what you're basically saying.
Yeah. So
you know what? When they lock this loudmouth motherfucker up over them allegations that he's got over there in UK, let's see him talk his way out of prison. He wants to talk about fucking pattern recognition. Here's my question.
You hate a man so much, bro.
If he wants to talk about pattern recognition, here's my question. Here's my question. He wants to talk about pattern recognition. Where was Charlie Kirk's pattern recognition when he saw that sniper scope glint in the fucking distance? I know by seeing that glint, I should be ducking.
Well, yeah, he didn't. Obviously, he didn't.
So you gonna duck a sniper shot?
Well, you can get behind somebody else. Yeah,
cut it out, man. Have you been to combat, bro?
Yeah. No, Chuck, no.
All right, then be quiet.
So yeah, so again,
have you been in combat?
Chuck,
yes, combat.
So why the fuck are you still here?
Because he was good at his job.
No,
you talking about?
He was hiding behind something.
No, anyway, bro. Listen, this is what I'm saying, right? So, Chuck, this is a problem, and you, because you're a fucking liberal ass fucking.
I'm not a liberal. I'm not a liberal.
Democratic fucking slurper and glazer.
I'm not a liberal. I'm absolutely not a liberal.
Democrat, then, goddamn it.
I'm not. I'm a registered Republican. How you gonna tell me that?
Whatever, motherfucker. You was fucking slobbing down when fucking Biden won. I ain't forgot.
Well, that's because I made bets and people owed me money.
Nah, nigga, no, it was much more than money. But anyway, you failed to fully identify the man that shot Charlie Kirk in what he really was. He was a radicalized fucking.
He was a white.
That was a radicalized white man that had a Decepticon boyfriend, girlfriend. Okay.
White boy.
Yeah. That was having sex with a white boy with titties.
So wait a minute, hold close. So if it's a black person and that person happened to have some kind of sexual deviancy, all we're worried about is the color of his fucking skin. But when a white person does it, you're quick to try to fucking change him. Oh, well, he was a liberal and he was sucking some dude's dick. It's like, I don't give a fuck. He's a white boy.
Yeah, but that would just be like the same way I would be like, oh, he's black. And I'd be like, no, he's not just black. He's a brother fucker. That motherfucker ain't like me. You have to make the distinction. And the reason, especially if the reasons he did it had to do with him being a brother fucker. Okay? Just like
so how about the dude that just shot them 3 ice agents?
Hold on, bro. It had to do with that dude being a dick sucker, literally, right? So he was mad because fucking, he was out here sucking motherfucking dick, right? And Charlie Kirk was, directly against that. You know what I'm saying?
So how about the dude who just...
You was sucking that motherfucking dick! Girl! You sucking that motherfucking dick! You don't even know what you're sucking that motherfucking dick!
So wait, so what about the dude who just shot up them 3 ICE agents? Are we gonna give him a pass?
Did they find him? Did they find him?
Found him. He's a fat-faced fucking white boy.
Yeah, a liberal fucking lunatic, bro.
See how old he is. I'm gonna look that up right now just to know how
liberal lunatic. And they know they need to start doing. They need to start fucking getting pattern recognition for these psychopath fucking liberal extremists.
But you know what? It's not easy for them to do pattern recognition because of the color of their fucking skin. They're white.
Bullshit. What the fuck are you talking about?
How can you identify the enemy if the enemy lives with you, goes to school with you, and is behind your lines? That's the problem that whites are having right now.
No, Chuck. The thing is, especially now, they're not playing with these. Look, listen. I don't know what the fuck y'all think white folks doing, but white folks is not playing no games with this shit.
Yeah,
bro,
they keep getting killed.
Chuck, hold on, bro. God damn. Chuck, they just locked up 2 8th graders, bro, down here.
Wow.
Not in Jacksonville, but in Florida. They locked up 2 motherfucking kids that was talking about what they was gonna do. Talking about they finna do some Columbine shit. Not today. These white folks is not taking none of this shit for games, bro. You say anything about shoot what? You better be talking about either hoops or motherfucking diabetes, some insulin. Only thing you finna get away with talking about shooting right about now is a basketball or a motherfucking hypodermic needle, nigga. I guarantee you that.
All right, so he's 29 years old. Thus far, they haven't linked him to any transsexuals, or they haven't linked him to LGBT or anything.
They got his picture up?
Yeah, his name is Joshua Jahn. Joshua Jan. He's 29 years old. All you got to do is type ICE shooter, and it comes up. My point is, it used to be easy for them when it was just based on skin color. It was easy for them to figure out who was who.
Truck. Stop playing with me, Truck.
What? Joshua Jan.
This motherfucker look like he taking motherfucking hormones, bro.
Yeah, but come on, you can't just say that. That's an allegation. Come on. If they didn't say it, then how can you just say that? Come on.
Hold on, where is it? Hold on. They say it's social media or some shit. Hold on.
So now you gotta listen and wait for the white man to tell you what he look. Okay.
I gotta listen for the white man to try to come up with some bullshit so that he can say that.
If
Oh,
it's bullshit,
this
then why you
wasn't
gotta
one of
listen
us.
to it and wait
It's
for
just
it?
like, you know what? It's funny. It's just like the governor of Utah. What did the governor of Utah say in his quote? Oh, when we were looking for the person, we thought it was going to be somebody who wasn't one of us, but alas, it was one of us. These motherfuckers are always trying to cut ties with any and everybody who they claim ain't them.
Everybody
Come on,
does
man.
that.
Seriously?
Truck. Listen, bro. Don't align me with no motherfucking crazy ass nigga, bro, and be like he anything like me. No, that nigga crazy, bro. He crazy. He fucking he's extremist. He's whatever. No, everybody does that, Truck. Everybody wants to motherfucking separate the individual as an individual to not represent the group, bro. Stop doing that shit, Truck. Stop, bro. Nobody
Well,
wants.
fantastic. Honestly, based on what you've seen, do you really believe that that dude Robinson, Tyler Robinson, do you really believe that he's the one who fired that shot and killed Kirk?
Yeah, bro.
You believe it? Okay. All right.
I'm the full hat nigga, and I'm like, bro, this one right here is like, bro, no. The niggas like you said, your fucking your avatar, like motherfucking this nigga pulled a Tupac and he's somewhere down in Cuba or the Bahamas right now sipping a Mai Tai. No, bro, he up out of here, bro. Come on now. Stop it.
All right.
I saw, listen, I can tell you this. That blood I saw, one motherfucking AI.
No. I'm not saying do you believe Charlie Kirk wasn't killed. I'm saying do you believe Tyler Robinson actually was the one who did it?
Yes, bro. They got the motherfucker.
So we're gonna ignore the fact that this old white man jumped up and claimed that he was the shooter, and that's why they dragged.
Doing cahoots, bro. That what they're saying is, Truck. Why you bullshitting? I don't really want to talk. I'm gonna get off this shit. But bro, what they're saying is, bro, this shit was like a lot. Even the question being asked in the time he got shot after the question was asked, bro. They're looking into this shit to see if this whole thing was a large, intricate fucking plot, dog. They got internet records of where people was talking about, oh, something big is happening tomorrow in these fucking weird ass trans chats and shit, bro. So there's a lot of shit going on, Chuck.
So basically, if it was more than one person, we can agree that by definition it was a conspiracy.
Yeah, conspiracies are real. I say it all the time.
Fair enough. I just needed to hear you say it. That's all.
I'm the first motherfucker to tell you conspiracies are real.
Color you are. If you try your best and you conduct yourself the right way, and perhaps there'll be the odd scenario where you feel like you're being treated differently because of your skin color and a negative, but also you're not talking about all of the times you were treated in a positive because of your skin color. Perhaps because you're a big black man, you have problems in police stops, but you ain't got problems walking alone at night like a little white person does. So there's a bunch of times people are sitting there waiting to rob someone and goes, not him.
Right.
So you say,
listen, I love this shit. This BABG shit, bro. I'm the last nigga people gonna pick, dog. I ain't know. That's why whenever I'm out in other countries, I ain't got no trouble, no problems. Niggas do not want smoke with me. I am not the one they want to come out. Now, mind you, I'm not doing nothing stupid. I'm not here motherfucking flashing money. I'm not here whatever. But when I'm out and about, I'll be able to go wherever I was at, any time of day, any time of night, and I'm straight. And I'm solo. I'm dolo everywhere I go. I ain't never had nobody be crazy enough to fucking, even if a motherfucker like they walking my way, I'm making sure I'm giving 1,000% motherfucking eye contact and let them know I know where they at way before they even get to me. So yeah, I am not an easy target. Nobody is not picking me out of the motherfucking crowd to be the motherfucker to go after.
You have the pros and the cons.
Right.
So you get the pros and the cons of these things.
That's life.
That's life. So
you gotta
it's,
take advantage of the pros.
exactly.
At the same time, again, like I said, when a little old white lady, oh, I've actually, Chuck, you ever happen to you? You walk up on her, you scared me.
Sometimes it's happened.
Big ass nigga, you big ass dark skinned grimace looking.
But you know what's interesting though? When I was in Singapore and when I was in Bali, even when I found myself accidentally walking behind and too close to smaller, shorter women, would you believe not once did any of them turn around worried about me, simply because they live in places where they don't worry about any level of violence at all because their governments put people to fucking death.
Like what? Is Singapore the safest place in the country?
Singapore is probably one of the safest places in the world.
Fatty always talk
Dubai,
about
but Singapore's up there.
Singapore is probably one of the safest top 5.
Yeah, but like you said, that's totally different though, Chuck. I'm talking. Well, you ain't. Yeah, nobody's gonna do nothing because hey, they put them motherfucking cane to your ass, and that's over with.
Yeah, but you see what he said, Mr. Fantastic. What the government will come and mollywop people who do crime up. So then he was against it in America. See, these guys are hypocrites.
Yeah, we talk about where that shit ain't that way. Where it's like, hey, I ain't saying it's got to be bombs over Baghdad.
No, well, hold on. Where did I say that I was against it in America? I personally would love to bring down the military on
No, I'm
these
not talking about against it. I'm just saying I've been in situations
was crying.
where
I was crying about what?
It wasn't even.
You was like. Nah, he was crying. You was
crying
like,
about what?
Because some people in the community, when they call the cops don't come there.
Yes.
And if you call the cops on somebody who's mentally ill, they're gonna basically come and it's a wipeout kill. The cops just gonna kill them.
Yes, and I said that no, I
yeah,
said
but okay,
that
but then you want to move to a
afraid.
country that does that type of stuff, and
No,
you're like,
but
I
see,
love it, and I support it.
When I move to that country, I'm the tourist, and they're keeping their people in check. That's what I said. I'm not going to do nothing. I just need you to make sure that they don't do anything to me. As the government, if any of these people come at me, I want you to hang them. That's all I'm saying.
What? Man, you wilding,
And
if any of these people come after me, I want them terminated.
Rich. I watched a really interesting study. You should watch it. It was about what makes the perfect nation. Because I was trying to build the perfect country in my mind. Like, what would make the perfect nation? It was talking about if you started from zero, how would you have the richest, most prosperous, perfect country? And it said countries with the best weather are countries like England and Netherlands, because you want it to be a little bit rainy, you want to be able to have agriculture, and you don't want people to have too much fun for free. Like in Thailand, they ain't gonna be rich. Just go to the beach, get coconut. They're living good. In England, you gotta have a Ferrari and a mansion, still depressed. So you work very hard, you pay a lot of taxes. There's a whole bunch of things involved with it. But it said that if you have a complicated societal structure, natural resources makes your country richer. So like Norway is very rich. They have oil and a bunch of natural resources, but they have a complicated social structure. So they dig the oil up and that money goes to the Norwegian Sovereign Wealth Fund, which goes into the stocks and bonds and the gold ETFs, and it's all tracked online, and they're a very rich country. Africa's super rich, but they don't have complicated systems. So what happens there is that they discover cobalt. The problem with natural resources is it doesn't require society to get the value of it. So if you have a country that builds jet engines, you now need factories, which takes workforce, which need houses, which need universities, which need schools, which need hospitals, which needs roads. You have to build all this infrastructure around it to produce these jet engines. If you find cobalt, you start to dig up out of the ground. So Africa's problem is that it's so rich, they don't have these complicated structures. So what happens is they find cobalt, the dictator gets a deal from outside, usually the West, to get money into his pocket. They send a few soldiers and a few kids to go dig it up. They take all the cobalt out, it goes straight to the West. The dictator gets rich. None of the African people get rich. None of the African nation gets rich. They don't build anything, and the cobalt's gone. West is rich. Dictator goes to Dubai. Boom, done. So Africa's biggest problem is that it's actually so rich in resources that it's held back by how many things it has. If it didn't have any resources, they could build things and put it all together and start building jet engines, but they don't, because like, look, we found something interesting here. Dictator gets rich, few of the elites get rich, and the average person gets fucked. It's kind of unfair. But that's the
stupidity. That I mean, do you think that's? I'm going to sound like a white supremacist when I say that. Do you think that's genetic?
Well,
but come on.
This is where I lose. I lose fucking. Let me see what the fuck this motherfucker.
Is he ignoring the fact that? Is he purposefully ignoring the fact that the European countries literally divided fucking Africa up and wrote the lines that made those individual countries in Africa? Is he ignoring that shit? Well, listen, you can ignore it and you can be ignorant of the history.
But I'm just saying everybody has that issue, bro. You know, Africa's nothing special.
Or you know, you just had the thing. I forget what the dude's name is, but the dude that literally took all the shit back. They kicked France out of wherever the fuck they was at. I want to say Burkina Faso. No,
that was Haiti. Dessalini.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So again, what happened?
It's not genetic. That's stupid. Yeah. That part is stupid.
Well, no, the genetic shit. I ain't even get to that. I was just talking about the whole.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy. Let me see you.
But let's think. Well, let me take that back. It's not genetic. It's culture.
Yeah, I mean, but culture on a long enough time frame is genetic.
Yeah.
This is the problem.
Yeah.
So like, if when white people, you know what I love? If you watch,
that's an interesting argument though. Eventually,
culture, that's a little bit better.
Yeah, that's a really heavy argument. And I think we might need to. That's a great
because a lot of the strategies that we like, even is that this is funny because this is literally what Passport said. He said he followed the Jews. He's not Jewish. He didn't go get the identity. He just followed the culture, and so he was able to see those pattern recognitions and those activities from the culture and implement it as a black man and succeed in America.
That's a great point. Obstacles, my bad. I almost called it Chronicles. No, obviously that's a great point, and that's what I'm saying. Because if you think about it, and again, this is why I say you have to listen to a person and say some things, because even though you may not like them or they may be outrageous and shit, over time, culture does become genetics because you change the way you do everything, and everybody does it. So the people that are being born into it know that as the standard. So from, I guess, a biological genetic part, no, right? Maybe, but by practice. Yes, it definitely is. Everybody's fucking doing the shit. You know what I mean? Because what do kids do? How do humans learn? Humans learn through emulation. So let's just say you were born to a fucking tribe where everybody walks fucking backwards. Your ass gonna walk backwards.
Yeah. Now imagine you're born to a tribe and you don't even know which tribe you're born to.
Oh boy,
it wouldn't matter.
It wouldn't matter. You just copied the culture that's there.
You just know your mama, your daddy, and the people that's around you. You don't need to know the flag, nigga.
On Twitter.
And it's just like the Asian. Oh, go ahead.
The race.
No, go ahead.
No, I was saying it's just like the Asian girl. You meet an Asian girl who was born in the valley, and you're like, damn, you were basically a white girl. And it's not like she can't do math. It's like she don't have no financial sense. She has all that. She just might not know her culture, right? She might not know the dialect, where it's Cantarin or Mandarin or whatever it may be. But she's a completely functional human. And so net, you cannot know your culture, but again, still take something from a different culture and be productive and be able to be economically and etc. successful. So one doesn't dictate the other.
The super racists who say like black people are genetically different to white people and you're more violent and all this shit. They always attack me on Twitter they call me mulatto and all this shit. It's so funny. And I read all their shit. I read all their shit. I read all the race realism stuff. And I'm kind of sitting there going, kind of agree with some of it. They're saying black people are more naturally violent. I'm like, you're damn right. Watch out. But right, pussy. But culture on a long enough time frame becomes genetics. I mean, let's be honest. Is the average African as smart as the average Westerner? No. I would argue that if you go to the Central African Republic where they don't have schools and they don't have infrastructure and their parents haven't been to school and their grandparents haven't been to school, that probably they're not as smart as somebody who's everyone their entire bloodline's been university educated. Probably that is true. So after a long enough time frame, it becomes genetic. And then you want to take enough of them and dump them over here and expect them to operate within complicated systems they don't fully understand. They're probably just going to say, fuck it, let's rob the store. And then you have, I mean, this is realism. This is realism.
Yeah, because you look at Africa, it's a continent, it's not a country, but if that was a country, like the United States, with the resources they got, the manpower they have, it would be a superpower.
It should be
the biggest superpower.
It should be a superpower.
But this little United States, majority is white, is running the world.
Well, white people are the best at building complicated systems. That's what the white people do best. I mean, like my camera guy who's off, there he is. Look at him. Look at him.
White
right? These are the people who, in 1960s in NASA, when they did Apollo 11, all them motherfuckers, there's like 20,000 of them, little white guys with glasses and pieces of paper and a pen, and they put something on the moon. You get 10,000 black people in a room, tell them to achieve anything.
See, that was so wrong. But factual.
How long till there's a fight? Shaniqua's jumping in. She's trying to hit him. Like, we're more family oriented. We're more clan orientated, right?
Yeah, we're tribalistic.
We're tribalistic, which is a pro and a con. Again, there's the pros and cons. But if you want to extrapolate it out towards a nation state, the thing the white man is best at is working with people he doesn't know. That's a white man's superpower. A white man will go, hello, I've got a bunch of money and I want to build boats. I decided I want to build boats. So I'm going to go and find the best boat builder. John Smith. Hello, boat builder. I don't know you. You don't know me. This is called a contract. Let's do a contract. You're going to build boats and I'm going to pay for it. And now we have a successful shipping company. In Africa, it doesn't work that way. They're like, I'm rich. I want boats. Who do I know? My cousin. My cousin can't build boats. He doesn't know anything about boats, but that's who I know. He's the only guy I trust. He's in my clan. He's my family. So I go to my cousin. You're in charge of the boats. Okay, I will build the boats. He takes the money, and then no boats get built. And everything's fine. That's what a finance minister is the second cousin of the fucking president. Nobody knows anything. And it's all insidious because you only trust your people. Now, I'm still like that now. I'm black enough like that now. I trust my brother, my people.
Yeah.
So I got that black in me.
Yeah.
But I'm also white enough to know I can do a contract and get a vote bill. But white people are fantastic at trusting people they don't know. That's why white people are like howdy neighbor. They don't even know you.
Right.
Howdy. White people have this weird, no, it's not weird, but the white people mentality is far more attributed towards the benefit of society with a larger understanding of working with those they're not directly correlated with. Whereas the black people's like, these are my people only. And it's very insular. But it becomes far more difficult to run a country that way with competence. If you want to run a country competently, you need to find the most competent man for the job.
Right.
I don't know.
Now again, I agree with this. This is why you can't just be black this, black that, blackity black was on black y'all, black, especially when you don't have the history of being able to work together. That is a big issue and problem. If black people had no issue and problem of coming together and trusting each other and investing in each other and not snaking each other and shopping with each other, rotating the black dollar and shit, I'll be all for it. But again, the first person I literally got to worry about doing financial harm or physical harm or anything to me is a black person. And of course, I know every group has its own intra issues, but for us, it's at much higher rates, and that's problematic. And the shame that you're that's forced upon you when you reach out and you seek opportunities with other groups is, oh, you want to be white. Oh, you spending money with the white man. No, motherfucker. I'm investing money to advance myself. And if you were smart, you would work with me so we can advance each other. So I think a big part of the isolation and the fucking, have to be individual is when you reach a certain level of understanding and intelligence, bro, niggas can't fuck with it. They can't see it because they just want you to be a nigga. Don't forget where you came from. You know what I mean? You got to get back to your roots. And no, motherfucker, bitch, you weren't with me shooting in the gym. What the fuck were you doing to help me get to where I am? Now you want to come around and everybody your cousin and everybody your friend and everybody know who the fuck you are after you get successful? No, motherfucker, you helped me in the earlier stages and then we both thrive together. You don't wait till I motherfucking make it and then tell me I owe it to you to help you get like me. Get the fuck out my face, nigga. Get your lazy ass the fuck up out my face. No. You had the same motherfucking opportunities I have. We grew up in the same motherfucking spot. I don't give a fuck about motherfucking your mama smoking crack. I don't give a fuck about motherfucking your daddy going to jail. I don't give a fuck about none of that, bro. None of it. There's plenty of niggas that got the fucking same situation. And again, they didn't turn out to motherfucking be just like their mama and their dad. You didn't turn out to be no fucking millionaire. Motherfuckers make the excuse as to where you come from, humble beginnings or bad situations, and this is why you are. No, motherfucker, you have a choice to make. And you know right from wrong, bro. You know right from wrong. You know a good opportunity. You know a bad situation. All right. And most niggas decide to fucking wallow in the motherfucking mud in the depths of hell to excuse not motherfucking, being better, dog. That's the fucked up part about it.
This is true. I don't want to be held up on it, and I don't want to be attacked for it. It might not be true, but I heard something that when the British start sailing their ships around, they were amazed that when they got to all these native countries, the Aboriginals in Australia and Africa and India, all these places, no one had heard of a contract. No one had heard of the idea of working with someone who wasn't their family. They're like, it's a contract. They haven't heard of a contract. No one had heard of it. So what? You just find anyone to do it?
Heard of a house that's living grass nuts.
Well, that's right. So they were like
savages.
Yeah. Well,
have you seen those videos of them eating? Hey, pull up that, Joe, pull up those TikTok videos. These African.
Byron, I'm sorry. Listen, I know you got busted for weed. Fucking talk about letting the black man down. For busted for fucking weed.
Yeah, fraud.
Undertakes human trafficking. No, fuck this guy. I'm moving to Vegas. Fuck these people. Bring your case. Fuck you.
You make it bigger, Joe?
Yeah, man. See, that's you know too much, man. Again, I'm done with that shit, man. Hodge twins get too much into the trying to because they have niggas too, right? So again, man, I don't know. I don't get off on the niggas is this and niggas is that, niggas is dumb and genetically this and genetically that. I think a lot of the shit is poor decisions and pressure of not being accepted by niggas. I think too much of black identity is associated with nigga shit, criminality, rejecting authority, and this whole thing, this anarchist mindset, bro. And it's dangerous. It's not getting us nowhere at the end of the day. None of this shit worrying about slavery and worrying about the shit Chuck's talking about, knowing what tribe I came from and exactly what country and region of Africa I'm from. That don't help me in no way, shape, form, and fashion, bro. Especially when I find out those people don't relate to me. Those people are not going to be accepting of me, right? They're not going to see me as one of them. So my thing is, as African American, right, a person that's here, your lineage is here in America, You should be focused on that and focus on the motherfucking people that the kids you're gonna have and the kids they're gonna have and the kids and the kids and the kids and motherfuckers you never go even knew fucking existed versus trying to reach back to a fucking slave ship or a plantation and worry about some shit you can't motherfucking undo, bro. Whatever happened, happened. It's fucked up. It is. You're not gonna change it. But because that shit happened, your ass here today. Okay? You are the motherfucking sperm that made it. You are the motherfucking back that survived the lashes and healed the fuck up. You are the motherfucking you know, the motherfucker that worked from fucking 18 hours sun up to sundown and hot ass motherfucking summertime picking cotton. All right. That's why your ass so big and strong. Pause. Right? That's why you can run so fast. Okay. That's why you can go out in the motherfucking sun and not even know what the hell sunscreen is. Okay. If you just focus on the bad part, all right, and not focus on where you are, who you are, and what you are right now, all right, bro, it's gonna always be motherfucking tears and complaints, bro. Tears, complaints, excuses, and you know, shit that you don't even know what it's like. Bro, I can't even imagine a white man like parting his lips to fucking spit on me or call me boy and all this other shit right now, bro. Bro, I would be happy. I would feel like I hit the fucking lottery if a white man was crazy enough, bro. Of course, like he ain't got no weapons or shit, you know what I'm saying? Well, not, you know what I'm saying? He ain't strapped. But I would be so fucking elated for a white man to get off the sidewalk, boy. And it's just me and him. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. I don't know what I did to deserve this moment, but oh man, you should. And with the white people, this is another thing I don't agree with. Oh, you're mad over words. Yeah, you stupid motherfucker. You mad over words too. If I walk up to your motherfucking mama and call her a bitch to her face in front of you, you're gonna feel some type of way, and you probably gonna want to do something to me. Okay? If I walk up to your daughter and call her a little hoe and a little slut, and she's fucking 5 years old, right? And I say that to you in front of you, you're probably gonna want to pull your gun out and shoot me in the face. And you'll be exactly right. I'm being aggressive, offensive to someone that hasn't done anything to me. Okay. So when people say offensive words and offensive things, we all get offended. We all feel some type of way. And then sometimes it's okay to respond in violence. Or even if you don't feel like it's okay, it's a possible risk. So if you say that shit purposely and maliciously, okay, not to where I said some shit, oh man, shut your dumb ass up. Now I get to kill him. He called me a dumbass, so I get to kill the motherfucker. That's the motherfucking, Charlie Kirk excuse niggas was using. Oh man, he said shit this offend black people. He was, thank God he got shot. He got killed. No, nigga, stop it, bro. Okay, stop the bullshit.
Fantastic. Real quick. Those are considered fighting words, and there is an argument that the government has a right to prohibit that because the government's interest is in maintaining public peace.
What you mean? What's fighting words?
Just like you said, if I walked up to your wife and called her a bitch, or I called your daughter a whore or something in front of you, then if you were to retaliate against me, those would be considered fighting words, and therefore, the government attempts to prohibit.
It depends on where you are. It depends.
No, but I'm just saying in general.
You're right. I'm not. I corrected myself. Now, in certain jurisdictions, yeah, but usually it's not enough. Usually, it's not enough. Now, if I'm being threatening, like you said, usually towards like a child or something like that, and you feel like you're in danger, it might hold up. But even in a lot of cases, especially like these liberal motherfucking places, that's not enough to whoop somebody's ass. But what I'm saying is, regardless of whether it's okay or not, I think we all agree that it's socially okay. If I saw a grown ass man talking crazy and barking down on a little girl, right, that he didn't know and she didn't know him, I'm going to step into that situation and be like, nigga, what the fuck is going on here? When I see this girl cowering, I'm like, hey, is that your dad or your uncle or something? You don't know this man? This nigga finna get fucked up. A child, of course, a grown ass woman all day. That's more likely than not, they got something going on. Okay, but if I see a fucking grown man talking crazy to a child, bro, I'm fucking him up.
Right. You could make the argument that people shouldn't be upset over words, like if a white man were to call a black person the N-word. But what if that black person has been taught that a white person calling you the N-word is a prelude to a threat?
No, that's my whole premise that I'm making, Truck. I'm talking the white people are full of shit when they say that.
Okay, so for my argument,
people are full of shit when they claim that words aren't cause for violence, and you're getting mad over a word. When again, that's why I gave the scenario. That's pretty much universal.
What if the very argument that I made in the very beginning was that these people are literally coming into these black spaces on these HSBCUs, and these people, the black ones, actually believe that their very presence with that intent is a prelude to a threat?
Yeah, no, that's bullshit though.
You're saying it's bullshit, but what if they've been taught otherwise? What are you saying?
Yeah, they've been that. Well, for one, I can't say they haven't been taught it, but if they have been taught that, they can still unlearn that horrible behavior.
And what if the very last week before these people showed up, your school has been evacuated because you've been getting bomb threats? Now what?
So what? It wouldn't be a constant thing.
So let's put all of this together. Hold on. Let's put it all together.
Wait. So even if that was the case, are you claiming that the white men sitting at the desk did it? Because if you
don't know. You don't know.
Okay, so you don't. But what's the likelihood, Chuck? That's you doing a lot of what about it?
The mere fact that the last time they decided to have these friendly debates that somebody got their fucking head blown off. I don't know, and I don't want to find out.
But still, now you're back on the trolling shit, bro. What the fuck?
I'm not trolling.
So what's the likelihood of a white person shooting another white person on an HBCU campus? So why you even bring that scenario?
Are you kidding? At this point, it's extraordinarily high. You had a guy right across the street from fucking ICE shooting at goddamn armed agents. So what's to stop them from doing the same shit at some fucking school?
Yeah, but why would they be at an HBCU, Truck?
Why would they be shooting out the window of a hotel at a music festival? That's my point. You don't know. And the fact that these people have their concerns, I'm not going to downplay their concerns, considering the very last couple of days they've been getting fucking threats. They've been getting terroristic threats. And now you've got these people showing up trying to monetize this bullshit that they're running. And you just don't know.
That's not accurate, though. This was
happening. How's that not accurate?
What the fuck are you talking about? How is it not accurate?
What I'm saying is that they have a right not to, or to feel threatened by these people showing up.
No, you don't. You don't have a right to fucking.
Well, you're telling me that, but I'm telling you they feel that way. So you're going to tell them they don't feel that way?
It is bullshit. I'm telling you that's
problematic.
I'm telling you that it's fucking incredibly problematic.
Don't tell me, tell them.
I'm saying whoever the fuck. Okay? Anybody that says the presence of a fucking white person just simply makes me feel unsafe.
It's not just the presence of a white person. It's them showing up to repeat the same shit that got the other guy shot last week.
Oh, that's bullshit, Truck. Again, that don't make no fucking sense, nigga. Because they wouldn't be threatened, nigga. The fucking motherfucking debate would be threatened. Not the goddamn debate.
See, here's the problem. You're thinking about it from a whole different perspective.
I'm thinking about it how it happened. The scenario you bringing up, the only person that should be worried will be the debater, not the fucking bystander.
No. You're talking about a debate. I'm not talking about a fucking debate. I'm talking about these people have been calling my school, threatening the fucking school, and now you got the people showing
know who it was.
Yeah, you don't.
How do you know?
We have not even fucking confirmed that it was fucking white people that did it.
The point is, you don't know. So why wouldn't they be pattern recognition and all that bullshit?
Because you know what? Because you know why? When they did it the fucking first time, there was nobody on the fucking campus doing debates. Genius.
And I don't want to fucking find out. So keep your fucking debates outside of the fucking yard.
No.
Well, that's not how the rules go. It's like not no debates outside
you
the
just
campus.
said no. These people said keep the fucking debates outside.
It's not illegal. It's not legal to say that.
Fuck that not legal shit. I don't want to see people shut up.
Keep the fraternities out the yard. Keep any other fucking meetings and gatherings outside the yard.
The fraternities aren't debating hate speech. Nobody's trying to shoot at the.
Don't matter. They don't. They're exhibiting free speech and freedom of expression.
And you don't even got to talk. If nobody talked to Charlie,
they're participating in the motherfucking. They're participating in the motherfucking First Amendment, their First Amendment right, freedom of expression, all this thumping and shit, right?
Okay, y'all can say that dummy bullshit, but here's my thing. Where's the black
If
people
you don't
showing
talk
up?
to them, no
Where's
one's
the
in.
fucking black people showing up in all white fucking schools to have motherfucking your stats are bullshit and I got proof? Where the fuck are
YouTube.
Great point. Where are they?
YouTube.
Why are they not doing
you know why that doesn't happen? Because in the back of their
YouTube.
mind, bullshit. In the back of their mind, there's
No, it's not bullshit. It's YouTube.
there's a perceived belief that they would
In
be at
Umar
a threat.
conventions?
There's a perceived belief that they'd be under threat by going into these people's space and talking that shit on their campus.
How though? How when it's
Because
never,
they think that one of
how?
them they think that one of them racists would fucking shoot at them. That's why.
Oh, how? Well, so why has it not happened?
Why has it not happened? Because they don't go. You just said it. They don't go.
White, like you just said, it was a crazy ass white man that just shot at ICE agents, armed ICE
Leave it
agents.
alone. Fantastic. This month.
Hold on,
Basically, a crazy person would do
wait.
anything.
Hold on, we gotta walk this down. Chuck, there's 5 to 6 times more white people than black people, correct?
Right.
So you mean to tell me white people have a 600% chance, if they wanted to, on the daily, to pick a random fucking black person, or even better yet, a black group of people. And mind you, I know what Dylan Roof happened, the Buffalo shooting happened.
Yeah,
right.
Gendron, this motherfucker walked into a Key Food and started fucking shooting.
Yeah, so the Buffalo shooting happened and the Dylan Roof shit happened. Those were what? How many years apart? Like 2 or 3 years apart?
No, I think it was more than that. I think it was more like 6 or 7.
So either way, right? So every now and again, you get a crazy ass white person, racist as fuck, right? That targets a black community or black organization or black something, and they go shoot shit up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it happens, right? I'm not saying it don't happen, but what I'm saying is it should happen way more frequently if we were going by the numbers and the number of white people and the number of white people that niggas say hate black people. It would be a lot more of that than white people shooting up each other.
Well, I understand what you're trying to say, but here's the thing. People don't live and fucking breathe statistics. People live and breathe what they see repeated every fucking day on the news. So if it even happens one time, that's what you're focused on.
Concerned about niggas. Because niggas kill each other every day, B.
Yeah, but you know what? One thing I've noticed is even after that kid that just got shot in front of Dunkin' Donuts not far away from here,
told me about a 13
nobody's worried. Nobody's worried about that shit.
Yeah, but that's crazy.
You know why? You know why they're not worried about it? Because it wasn't a cop and it wasn't a white person. So it was one of these baby mamas bastards.
Yeah,
but my point is, it's how it's
you make
reported.
Yeah, but now you're making my point, though, Chuck. You're making my point. So now this goes back to the point of where the only time niggas care is when white people are involved. That's problematic.
Yes.
Problem.
It's tribalism.
No, that's not tribalism. That's not tribalism at all. No.
Yeah,
Tribalism would be. Hold on. Stop. Tribalism would be if you were concerned with your own group. That's the opposite. If you're only concerned when an outsider is involved and they do something that's against the group, that's not tribalism.
No, I still consider that, but no, I can still consider that tribalism.
I consider it racism.
Yeah, that's not tribalism.
All right, fine. You want to call it racism? Fine, we'll call it racism.
It's selective racism, actually, and it's even more fucked up because
that too.
When you're doing something against yourself, right, which is far more detrimental, right, because it sets a horrible precedent for how we treat each other, and no one says a word, no one speaks out against it, no one has anything to say. Oh, it's just, niggas die every day, B, right? But then if a white person is involved or cops involved, everybody's up in arms, and again, we know that's the rarest occasion. So the cop is the rarest of the rare, and a white person killing a black person is rarer, right? I think with us, I think it's 90 something percent. I think everybody else is probably like 87, 85 or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Niggas is like 90 something.
And there is a reason for that, but I think the word you really should use is manufactured outrage.
Well, if you're talking about the way that media fucking covers things, that can't happen without the ideology that black people have in the correlation, the slavery to fucking slavery and racism.
Well, yeah, but that's still manufactured. That's still manufactured outrage. I mean,
no. It can only be manufactured if you have a purchaser, if you have a buyer, a customer.
Yeah,
If
it's the
people-
media. The media buys it and sells it.
No, but it's plenty of shit that the media puts out every day that niggas don't give a fuck about. Niggas got it's a whole channel for finance. Niggas don't watch it. It's a whole channel for cooking. Niggas don't watch it. Niggas is watching Zeus and where bitches fight each other just for the sake of fighting. And niggas is watching I don't even know what TV shows out now, but when Power was out, they watching Power and what was the other drug fucking series?
I don't know.
Franklin Saint.
I didn't watch any of that shit.
Yeah,
so I honestly don't know. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I can't buy that, because it's still, you have the choice of what you consume when it comes to media, bro.
Okay, no. Okay, so you're saying you have a choice of what you consume when it comes to media. What if the media is owned by so few corporations and conglomerates that they are literally able to shape the news? Because no matter which direction you go for a news source, it's either somebody that's in cahoots with the people who own one of these media factions over another, or it's somebody who's literally putting out a specific narrative and agenda. So it doesn't matter which direction you go in, because even if you go to something that you consider to be objective, they could get shut down, i.e. when you're trying to tell people not to get the injections during COVID, they can get shut down by the higher ups so easily that the media narrative gets shaped. And that's what they're arguing about right now versus the Biden administration going after people who claim that they were telling the truth about the injection. So if the media is owned by corporations and controlled by conglomerates, they can literally shape every avenue of news that you go to. Am I wrong?
Yeah, you're wrong, because
okay,
I got you.
All right.
So especially now, we know, you know this. I'm pretty sure you keep up with this. Traditional media is losing fucking viewership like crazy. People not watching none of that shit no more. Everybody comes to, as I think they call it, alternative news, or whatever the fuck, or whatever. Yeah, more people are coming to YouTube and coming to single content creators and journalists than traditional media. This is why all these people getting fired and they're cutting shows and all this other shit, because nobody's watching this shit no more. So I think if we were talking, and you're right, I'm not saying that you don't. At the end of the day, YouTube can still pull anything, right? Or whatever, snatch anything off. But what's happening is, if those people get a following for the most part, now there's Rumble. And Rumble is pretty much, I ain't heard nobody getting kicked off of Rumble. Not saying it couldn't happen.
Not
But
yet.
pretty much, like you said, there's an alternative to the mainstays. And more of those are starting to develop, and more people are starting to come out. So
Understand something. If Rumble gets big enough and it threatens the status quo, Rumble will be the next thing to get fucked over, just like YouTube did.
Well, YouTube didn't get fucked over. I mean, how did
YouTube was just saying that they got screwed over by the Biden administration. Google,
where they just folded. I mean, they could have folded. They
didn't have a choice, because at the end of the day, just like how Trump is dealing with these big corporations, at the end of the day, the FCC, if you run afoul of them and you're trying to do ventures or you're trying to do mergers with other companies and you run afoul of them, chances are you won't be able to do it. So they have no choice but to bow, because at the end of the day, the federal government gets to decide what gets put on and what doesn't. They still get to decide. Forget the First Amendment. They literally can tell you what you can and can't say.
Yeah, but that's the government you like. So we good.
No. I like the government when I go to foreign countries.
Like, what you be, every time you be talking, it be the government you said you desire.
So
I like the government to keep these other people in line, not me.
No, motherfucker. See, yeah,
it don't work.
Like for instance, we have the Second Amendment.
China ain't gonna be like, all right, we're gonna let you stay on the side.
We here have the Second Amendment. When I go over to China, they don't have the Second Amendment. When I go to Korea, when I go to Japan, they don't have the Second Amendment. So I ain't got to worry. I ain't got to worry about gun-toting fucking Koreans.
We already been over this, motherfucker. You got to worry about fucking katanas and knives, motherfucker.
No, listen. Nobody's going to try to cut me.
Because you can't move.
As many times I've been over there, nobody tried to cut me. And if I saw
thank God, you better be motherfucking praying too.
Let me tell you something. One of them little fucking bastards came at me with a knife. I'd grab their arm and
wait, hold on. So they did come after you.
No, I'm saying if. I said if.
Oh, okay.
Bro,
Gotcha.
you wouldn't see it. So you think they gonna run up on you fucking face to face? They gonna hop on your big ass back and stab you like
come
5
on.
times before you even knew what happened.
He don't know Fantastic.
Let me
He
tell
ain't
you
there.
something. Let
He-
one of
he just
let one
warming
of
up
let
the
one of them
combat.
slant-eyed little bastards.
They gonna cut the tendons in the back of your knees to make your big ass fall down and then treat you like a fucking pincushion. Stop it, Chuck.
They
Stop
were
it.
stabbing up people at a university. Come on, that's not the same thing as fighting a nigga from fucking Queens.
Truck.
From
How many?
Queens.
Hold on. I'm gonna ask you this, Chuck. Chuck.
Queens,
Queens
nigga.
give you
We
superpowers?
invented Onyx and Biggie Smalls. Get the fuck out of here.
When is
Biggie
the last
Smalls.
time?
Yes.
When is the last time an
You
American
couldn't fight.
person stabbed? Well, it would have been a total of 25 people where 8 of them died. Just tell me, Chuck.
But they were little Asian
the
people. They
movie?
couldn't fight.
All of them little. So why you acting like the one motherfucker that stabbed him was me or you, and then everybody else was motherfucking Xing Chong Ching?
Because this guy was probably like fucking 5-0, and I'm fucking
Exactly.
twice the
All
size.
of them are. They're even.
So if I see one of them bleeding because I just see they got stabbed, you think I'm just gonna stand there and say, "Oh,
Okay,
gee,
run.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
you
run.
can't run. I was about to say, yeah,
run
most of y'all
towards
fast,
them.
so you can't run.
I'm gonna run towards them, break their fucking arm.
So hold on. How do you know who's doing the stabbing, Truck?
Because the guy's got blood all over him.
No, all of them
That's not
got
how
blood
that
all
works.
over
See?
him.
But he
Look,
has a knife.
rookie.
running.
Rookie. You ain't never been
Everybody
in the
running
field,
because
man.
everybody trying not to get stabbed.
He's got blood all over him, and he's holding a knife.
Everybody
That's
does.
pretty easy to see.
All right, you Denzel Washington. You equalizer.
That's right.
Everybody that he stabbed, Truck, 17 people survived.
Fantastic. You talking to equalizer.
You don't know.
You talking
Until
to Wesley
it's too late.
Snipes.
He go, yeah. Over with. Done. Over.
You think it's that easy? Okay.
Chuck, listen, bro. You one big motherfucker, bro, but you are not swift at all, Chuck.
You don't
Not
know
at
that.
all.
You do not
You
know
a
that.
big target, bro. You
Yes,
a bigger
I know
target
the
to
big
hit.
ass target, bro. Ooh, nigga.
With a
yes,
knife?
yes,
I can't
big
miss.
nigga. I want him. Yes, big nigga. Yes, he's good on resume. Yes.
If one of them comes at me, I'm gonna set up a table and a chair and debate them.
Okay. All right, Dudley boys.
Yeah, exactly.
And they'll be fucking shipping your goddamn your shit back in the urn to the States.
They're gonna ship me.
They wouldn't even do that. They just dump
Hey, yeah, lucky they don't put your ass as a motherfucking General Soul's fucking truck, nigga. All right, turn your ass into a ditch.
Sweet sour. They turn them into sweet sour.
Sweet and sour chicken. Yes, they're gonna turn me into sashimi.
Yeah, no, nigga. But hey, man, I greatly appreciate y'all brothers for coming up, man. It was a great night, man. Truck up here, taught me something new, people. I learned something new. Truck got me on the one thing. Truck got me on is I guess most white people own houses. Didn't know that.
Yes.
Okay, most white people own houses.
Yes,
Didn't know that.
that's right, and that's why they're wealthy.
Mm,
Do you have an Apple Watch?
hell no, I don't fuck with Apple at all.
You should have it. You should have an Apple Watch, not one of them shitty Androids. But my point is, I would have liked to have seen how high I got your blood pressure tonight.
Yeah, fuck you, Truck.
Yeah, exactly.
You got anything obstacles? I'm not dealing with this big ass nigga.
No. The last outro you had was on point. I don't even want to mess it up. You killed it. So shout outs to you.
Hey man, for sure, man. Appreciate you, man. Yeah. Hey man, Truck done came up here and purposely fucking pissed me the fuck off. That's what big dark skinned niggas do from New York. Loud as shit. All right. But hey, another smoke showdown, man. I think tonight was a successful night. A lot of stuff that got talked about. End of the day, man. Listen, racism is never going anywhere. Okay, it's never going to stop. And if you believe it is, you're behind the 8 ball, bro. Okay, you're focused on the wrong things, and you're not helping. Okay, I think Chuck did a great job in saying he used the example of the people from Israel as things to follow to be successful. And I think that black people have to do that as a whole, pull from all the positives of the people that are doing better than us, start implementing them without making excuses and worrying about the white man at all. Okay, start doing those things that make other people successful, and we'll be successful ourselves. You can be successful in America in spite of the white man. Okay, and if you're smart, if you really know how this shit go, you can use the white man to be fucking successful. Because Andrew Tate said, the white man, hey, at the end of the day, for real, if you making him money, he don't give no fucks. That's why motherfucking white people always be like, I got black friends. I love them. Okay? All right. Again, man, this ain't no motherfucking praise the white man shit. I don't agree with white people when they be on this. Well, it's just a word. Okay, you just got your nose broke. Shit has consequences, but that's when it's deliberate, not your motherfucking interpretation of where everything a white person said is racist because of slavery and Jim Crow and the dogs and the hoses. And, it's like, brother. Okay? We all have our fucking biases. We all have our preconceptions. We all have our misconceptions, right? We all have our lives that we lived and experiences that we have that shape the way we look at things and think of them. Okay? Is it racist? Is it pattern recognition? Is it trauma? Okay? Is it simply just I don't like these motherfuckers? I don't like them. I think every human being has the right to do all of them shits. Is some of it racist? Yeah. Is all of it racist? No. Again, comes back to the final point to bring everything full circle. Racism ain't never going nowhere. Slavery can't be undone. And your ass need to be successful for you and everybody that's going to come after you right now. That being said, oh shit, hold on. We got somebody at the buzzer. What's up, bro? Premium Network. You there? Going once, going twice. Yeah, about to close it down, brother. Mr. Fantastic 824 on all social media platforms, man. All right, we here every Thursday. So pull up if you got smoke. That's that on that one. Catch you on the next one. Holla, we out.